Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sunday Night Gloomfall. Sorry we're a little late. Some technical difficulties. GM messed up the character sheet. So, yeah. Never let your GM play with your character sheets. But anyway, so everybody is still in the main meeting room. And I think that's where we did leave it off.
Yes. I believe that we were going to find our way out to Marshall and I were going to go to Jodin was going to the docks to scope out his place. And Marshall and I think we're going to re-up slaves and sell a bunch of items.
Okay.
Weren't we also supposed to be looking for a job as well? Something in town that we can do?
That was your
Yes.
job.
I
Yeah.
believe I put your ear to that ground, I
Okay.
think.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, then I
Okay.
will obviously be looking into that.
Hell yeah.
They not have. I don't think that is.
So, while you're here sort of finalizing all your stuff, excuse me, Velvier puts up his hand and go, my lady.
Kind of look at him and say, yes, Velvier.
I believe we have a visitor in the sitting room.
Kind of look at him and nod and say, all right. And does this visitor wish to present their name before I see them?
I believe you've met this gentleman before.
I kind of look and go, all right then. And I kind of look towards Marshall and have him follow me. And
Okay.
or no, what I'll probably do is I'll probably be like, Marshall, if you wouldn't mind readying our things, and you know,
Help busy
I'm
himself
gonna
with that.
absolutely. I am going to walk to the main room and see who it is.
Okay. Would help to unpause the game.
Also to get us on the screen where we can walk around. There we go. Yeah. Oh God. Every time I see him, I know he's not an enemy right now, but he scares the shit out of me. Yeah,
He's a big boy.
I bow deeply to him, and I would remember his name. I have not rolled it. I have not written it down though. What was his name again?
Tresgus.
Tresgus. Okay, I would definitely bow and go, Master Tresgus. What a pleasure to see you. To what do I owe this illustrious visit from your very busy schedule, I'm sure?
Yes, I understand you've had some dealings with a few Dugar.
And she kind of says, has word traveled about this?
Let's just say the circles I keep. I can find out things.
And my question to you would be, are the circles that you keep the same circles that... Well, I won't dance around it. What do you know of this situation?
I do know the mind you have cleared out of the most vile pests that were in there. And they have not returned home. Yet I sense their belongings are here.
And I kind of look at him for a second, and I go, how curious.
and he puts a small sack on the table.
Kinda look and say, and if you don't mind me asking, what would be in this offering?
Payment for clearing out the mines.
Hell yeah. I look at him and say, "Oh." And I will leave it on the table. I'm not going to pick it up until he specifically uh decorum and all that.
That, and it's probably wise not to get too close to him.
Right, exactly. Yinvrath knows she's dealing with someone dangerous. They're paying her for killing a bunch of Duragar. Um and basically she's like, "Well, I will say, if this is a field of work that you are interested in, our progress in that is, I would measure to keep an eye out."
I think there could be arrangements made.
Oh,
Meet
she's
me at the Mage Guild tomorrow when the spire's at high point. We will discuss another job.
fascinating indeed. I believe you have yourself a lunch date. I'll try to dress a little bit better than these rags, but just got back from everything. I'm sure you understand.
Quite understand. Then I will see you tomorrow. And
Yeah,
he
and
just
she'll
goes,
and disappears. Hell
just
yeah.
gone.
Oh yeah, and as he's disappearing, I definitely give him a deep bow because even if he's not here, he knows what's going on as far as I'm concerned. I'm gonna check that sack for how much money.
It has 2,500 platinum pieces.
Woo!
Oh,
All
And a
right.
little note.
1,000 gold.
Uh, what does the note say?
1,500 of this is for payment upon completion of clearing the Durgar out of the mines. The other 1,000 is retainer for upcoming job.
Aha! We are indebted to this fellow, and I am kind of weirdly okay with it for the moment. Um, not as okay as I could be, but that's 10,000 gold and we need cash influx.
And you're dealing with an invalid.
Yeah, no, I thing about mind flayers is they're real smart, so he knows that he's made me an offer I can't refuse. I'm going to take this gold and I am going to or this platinum. I'm going to take this sack. I'm going to walk it into the other room. I'm going to set it on the table. I'm going to say, in this sack sits 25,000 gold.
2,500. Well, yeah, 25,000. Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry.
Oh,
Carry
you're
on.
good. You're good. Um, this was rendered for the services that we provided in that little hidey hole in which that horrible little Duragar happened to be keeping you two prisoner.
3.
And kind of says, I think it would be fair to say, and she'll just take 5K out of that and say, I think it would be fair to say that as our staging ground, 5,000 of this should go to the house. Any disagreements? Excellent, she says, like assuming the silence is no disagreements. Um, let's see here. And then let me open up my notes. Let's see here. Come on. The house party notes for the house. Um, 5,000 gold pieces that are currently sitting in the house fund. We'll consider that for anything that needs to be bought for like party as a whole. So how many players are there? There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players in total.
Yep.
Plus 2 NPCs. No, 1 NPC, 2 NPCs. 6 players, 2 NPCs, so that's 8. So that would be 2,500 gold apiece if we want to do that. I would ask you guys, do we want to split this 2,500 for everybody?
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Sure. Yeah. Whatever.
John, how you feel about that?
Oh, I was muted.
Oop.
Sorry. So what is that? What does that work out to individual per player?
It would be 2,500 per player. We set 5K aside for the house, and 5K of that is getting split also between the Duragar and Imsh. Essentially, as a Duragar, here's 2,500 for your loyalty right now, and then for Imsh, because I consider Imsh a party member.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That. Yeah.
Perfect.
Works for me.
So she'll
That puts a little more money in my pocket. I mean, it doesn't. I still have quite a ways to go, but that's what happens when you invest in property.
Oh yeah, and the other thing is, Madam Yinvrath, the second we got here, we have divvied up so much fucking money between us, like, and we haven't even sold our items. We've just divvied up money right now. So like, this is fucking. Shodin is hopefully getting some good vibes about. At the very least, these people are profitable.
Right. Right.
So yeah, I'm going to we're gonna split it so that everybody gets 2,500. Let me put that in the chat for those of us who are not here right now. So at Gloomfall, 2,500 GP to your inventory for sketchy payments. There we go.
Payments.
Yeah, it is for sure
Sorry.
sketchy payments. And specifically when I hand the money to our Duragar, which what was his name again? That's laying around. I don't have access to the NPCs.
Let me see. We even gave him a name.
Yeah, something hammer or something.
Ah, that's right. Yeah, because we all group thought a name, didn't we?
Yeah, I was trying to remember off the top of my head. I saw it earlier today. 'Cause I watched the last episode earlier today, and I was trying to remember.
Bromgron Stone Crusher.
Crusher. Right.
Yes.
Here, let's.
Yeah, I hand 250 platinum pieces to him, and I say, Bromgron, would you consider this an adequate retainer fee?
Anything special you want me to do?
Thing at the moment. Well, one thing. If you wouldn't mind putting your ear to the ground for for some sort of prospector, or if you do prospecting work, either or, I'm potentially looking for a gem mine. And anyone who doesn't want to work with the Duragar, but does want to mine. But at your own pace, we will get this figured out.
I might know a person or two.
Kind of smiles and hands him the money then and goes, well, excellent then. And she reaches out her hand and says, welcome to the team in Duragar.
He shakes it right back.
Hell yeah. All right.
My pleasure.
Bromgron is officially the homie who's going to oversee some Duragar destruction. Yeah, she's gonna go, well, with that unexpected boon, I believe that we have a little bit more leeway in capital, wouldn't you all say?
Sure.
Kinda. Oh, go ahead.
CERN is like, okay, money. What do I do with it?
And
Not used to
That's
having money.
a fair point.
Yeah. Yeah, no, sometimes you got money and you don't know what to do with it. I've never had it, but I've heard of other people having that. Um, yeah, probably at this point, she'd be like, well, it appears that I and Marshall here heading off to are going to be heading off to the slave market. As for the rest of you, whatever you wish to do, please do so. I do have one word of warning, though. This money was not gotten through generosity. Like I said, clearing out your compatriots, and he looks over at Bromgron for a second before she looks back, is just like, was the reason that we were given that money from, well, from the head of the Mages Guild. He
Oh,
said that he had heard word of this, which raises some slight concerns. I would recommend simply watching your back while you're out.
indeed.
Probably actually would look at probably would oh go ahead.
By the way, everybody should have an adamantine dagger that they add to
Nice.
their because I've been forging those.
Hell yeah. I will gladly add that. And I believe we agreed on a group name of the Pact of the Ebon Blade, was it?
I believe it was something like that.
Or
Was
something
it?
about an Ebon Blade?
Yeah, I think that was the original like idea that I came up with. I don't think we settled on that necessarily, but the Pact of the Ebon Fangs or the Pact of the Ebon
Ooh.
Blades or the Pact of the or the Circle of Ebon Fangs or something like that, you know. I mean, what do you guys think?
All I remember is the symbol that you were gonna put on the dagger off the top of my head. The
Let's
little
see.
spider and the chain link thing. That's the only
Ah,
thing I
yes.
remember.
I forgot about that. Um, so Order of
Never.
the Ebon Blade is actually a Warhammer thing. So
Right.
let's not
So
do Order, or let's not do Ebon Blade.
okay, so
Um,
how does
ooh,
Ebon Fang
what about the Ebony Fangs? Like Pact of the Ebony Fang.
does I kind of like Circle. I mean,
Oh,
you get
Circle of the Ebony Fang.
I don't know how everybody else feels about it. What do you guys think? Do you guys like Pact or Circle better?
I'm good with either one.
Circle?
Ooh, that's good too.
Ooh, that's actually no, I like that the most out of all these options so
I
far.
actually do. You know what? It's simple, it's sleek, and it kind of like speaks to our greater political goals too.
Because we're more of
Yeah,
a
I like
circle
it.
than a pact. Yeah, no. So
Yeah.
the Ebon Circle, does that work for everyone?
It's-
I'm okay with that.
As
So
you're hashing this out, there's a knock at the front door.
excellent.
We are busy today.
I was about to say, yeah, Dergrin's Pizza Service. Yeah, she'd probably be like, interesting how many guests we have. And yeah, she'll open the door. Hello. What are these guys, first and foremost?
Give me. Oh, what would be the right?
Well, first things first, there's multiple of them, so she's gonna go, oh, Imsh dear, if you wouldn't mind sitting in the front room. You look like you could take a load off.
Doink.
I'm just like, there's more
If
than one of them.
if you have knowledge planes, that would make the most sense.
I do have 1 point in knowledge planes.
Okay.
I have 1 point in every knowledge roll. Ooh, well, that's an 8.
Well, there's some type of elemental.
Interesting. What do they look like physically? Like, how big are they and all that?
They're about human size. 2 arms. Let me see if I can find a good picture.
Mm-hmm. Probably, I would subtly say, or I would say, looking behind me, oh, it appears that we have company, kind of ushering you guys into the room. Like, I'm not. I would be interested in everyone getting a look at whoever the fuck these people are, because Yinbrath doesn't know what they are.
Just wander behind you.
Yeah.
I don't think I have knowledge planes.
Actually,
Oh
it's in.
Christ!
Yeah.
You know what? I am going to spend 2,000 of that money that I just made to buy a handy haversack because it weighs less than
Brilliant.
the fucking bag of holding that I had and can hold more shit. And when I'm looking at a inventory issue with with encumbrance, that's a thing I want.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Also,
He-
Shoden, would you want to come out here because I'm scared of these people all of a sudden?
Who are they? What are they?
I don't know.
I would suggest that we discuss outside. You would not want your place to burn down.
Elementals
Yep.
or elemental type creatures. Yeah, I'd probably
Yeah.
I would probably join it, them and be like,
Yeah. Yinbrath will be like, yes, all of us. Let's talk outside. And keep in mind, Yinbrath is like much better at hiding her emotions than I am, and I'm also kind of telegraphing for the other players. But yeah,
all right.
I'm assuming everybody heads outside, right?
Yes. Anyone can do a knowledge planes check if you have it, or a knowledge arcane at -1.
Ooh, can I do the knowledge arcane at -1?
Yeah, you can.
Yay!
Religion.
So subtract 1 from this roll. Oh, wait, there we go. I can just do it. -1. Oh. Okay.
14.
Okay. You're quite sure they're from the salamander group of elementals, but
Okay.
you're not sure
And do I
where
know
they
any
are within the
What
hierarchy.
is that?
and do I know anything about salamanders? Like salamander elementals?
They're definitely not native to this plane.
Good to know. I probably would say, to what do I owe the visit of? I'm sorry, I haven't caught your name yet.
You can call me Slith.
Ah, yes, Slith. It is a pleasure to meet you. Um, to what do we owe the pleasure of meeting you today?
Well, we wish to come and offer service to the ones that cleared out those Durgar. They were interfering with the clutch.
Okay, I'm starting to get a little bit wigged out about how many people know that we killed these Duragar. She's going to go, oh, excellent. And in what way do you wish to offer us service? And where did you find out about that? If and where did you hear this rumor? Is what she'd probably rather say.
It was no rumor. Our seer watched the whole thing go down.
Hmm.
We've been watching them for, how do you put it in your terms, months since they set up their little encampment.
So I am rolling a sense motive here, if my sheet
Right.
will let me.
There we go. Yeah, I'll also roll a
And
sense
I
motive.
rolled terribly, so
You
that's fine.
Yeah, as
you
far as
did
you
roll
know,
a
it is not
2.
lying.
Huh?
Yeah.
I could also use telepathy, but I'm gonna have to figure that. I'm still working on some stuff here, so
Yep.
There we go. That's a sense motive roll.
Oh, he's legit.
He's legit.
so
Okay.
That was a legit.
Excellent. I'll probably say, well, I appreciate the offer, Slith. But what sort of services might you be willing to offer, and is there any request of compensation?
We offer our services as guards and the like that your kind seems to enjoy.
Kind of pauses for a second and goes, excellent. Well,
As for payment, there is none required. This is a debt of honor.
I know of honor and of debts of such. If you choose to protect, would you be protecting us or our estate?
Favre is like, oh.
Wait, say what?
Valvir. He's like, oh.
Yeah,
Where'd they come
right.
from?
Yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad that Velvir is freaked out.
It's more like, oh, them. They know the gift of gab almost as good as any of us.
But yeah, she would probably be like, and would this? Yeah, and she would probably just make sure that the question got through of like, would they protect the estate or are they planning on protecting us?
It would be both.
Ah, well, if you do choose to accept this humble place as a protectorate, I feel I have an obligation to inform you. There are things at work in this house that not even we understand quite yet. So there does lie a danger. But anyone who is considered a friend by me, or an ally by me, I wish to not be attacked, even if your honor dictates you do. But I would want to hear about it first, so I can make a decision if they are a friend of mine or not.
That is agreeable.
She says, I promise you, whatever you are needed here to continue your job and to do it well, well, do you mind if I take one moment to speak with my cohorts?
what are
Oh,
they again?
They
salamanders.
are
Salamanders. Okay.
Yes, I was about to pop over to Joden and Jeremy and CERN and basically go, hey, and probably involve Velvir. That was his name again.
Yes.
Probably include him in the conversation as well. Be like, give me one moment to step inside. I am not the unilateral force here, of course. I would wish to speak to to the other people who assisted in this job.
By all means.
Yeah, and I'll step inside and I'll politely close the door, and I'll just say, "Well, we are having quite an interesting day, aren't we?"
Right. Is it usually this busy?
Mm, it comes and goes.
Oh,
What
that's
does
kind.
every? Oh, go ahead.
It's like that's kind of cool. You got so many people coming up in here just saying hi.
Well, this is more than hello. I have looked at what these people have said, and she's very careful to always call sentient creatures people, mostly, except Duragar, which she typically calls things. Um, she'll be like, they seem to be completely on the level as to wanting to protect the estate and protect us. Though there is a phrase that I once learned that there is no such thing as a free lunch. They consider it an honor debt uh, for clearing out the Duragar from the mine. But the real question would is that
All that they want, just to protect. That's it.
that is why I'm a little confused. They seem legitimate about it, but would this be aligning ourselves with a potentially dangerous ally that could get us in more trouble than there were?
It could be fun.
Hmm.
I believe that I believe there is nothing harmful in employing such folks as long as we are able to keep a bit of an eye on what it is that they're doing and sort of monitor. It would be prudent, I would think, maybe to have someone more, I would say, experienced with our association to keep a closer eye on them. But
Hmm.
as we grow in influence, we will need to be open to the possibility of hiring people. Otherwise, we won't be able to get very far.
Oh, I certainly agree. My main concern was simply whether it seemed as if they would be a potential threat down the line. But if we're in rough agreement for
Well,
now, as long as an eye is kept. Oh, you were gonna say?
eh, actually, I kind of want to spend some PSPs to to read thoughts. It's a second level plot power. So let me I'm gonna try to read thoughts on one of them. Let's see how many PSPs I'm gonna have to spend here, and make sure that I know all of the read thoughts. Okay, suspend PowerPoints. There's no boosting it, so it's just a 3. Any creature that fails on a will save, which should be the DC of 10 plus the power level, which is 2, which is makes it 12 plus my int bonus, which add up 22
70.
should be a 6 plus 8. So that's a DC of 18, and I can detect their surface, and I should be able to detect their surface thoughts unless they fail.
And this is a will save,
Yeah, it's a will save.
and that's for each one individually, right?
I think I can only do one at a time. No, it's
Oh,
a cone-shaped emanation, so I can do it on
okay,
both.
so
Yeah,
well, there's
each of
three of
them.
them.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh
three of
shoot,
them.
I
So all
can.
three. Yeah. So all three of them DC 18, and I would like to read their surface thoughts.
Huh, I'm able to move everyone's character sheet.
I noticed that.
Yeah, sorry, I was dragging your character around thinking it was mine.
Like, why am I bouncing around? Well, he might be bouncing around just because it seems like a fun thing to do at the moment.
Yeah, love
Okay,
that.
so the one in the very front and the one below them, you're able to read their surface thoughts. The one that's going towards the east, it's for some reason you can't reach it. But the surface thoughts are basically it's like the seer said to do this, we obey the seer.
Mm.
Oh.
Would be nice to talk to that seer at some point, actually. Do you pass that along, Joden? Sorry, I'm metagaming. John, you talking?
He's
Might need
muted.
to check the chart.
Ah, damn it. Uh, so I think what I don't think I would necessarily probably like bring it up to everyone. I think I would
Hmm.
let it stand for most everybody, but I would probably pull Yingrath aside or like maybe walk a half a step
Oh yeah,
like get her to walk half a step faster with me and kind of
yeah.
put it at a side and be like, you might ask them You might ask them who exactly told them that this honor debt was owed and if they came up with it themselves or if somebody else if somebody else, because if they're here on behalf of their tribe, there is a possibility somebody else told them that it told them to come. And think it might be worth our while to find out who, and maybe that's the area we need to gather our information in the first degree.
Oh, and she'll
Basically, I'm not telling anybody that I read their minds. I'm
no,
just
for
bringing
sure.
this up like it's supposition, like, and with his enhanced intelligence at this point, because you guys know he read a book that makes you smarter. It's not
LeVar
out of
Burton would be
source.
proud.
Yeah. He's just like he's not telling you exactly what he knows, but he is suggesting a line of inquiry.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. And Yinvrath would
Yeah.
nod at you. The second you figured out the respect thing with Yinbrath, she seems to take your
Yeah.
counsel very serious. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
so she'd probably take a step out and go,
And effectively, he'll probably stand behind her and act like, and pretty much act like he's just a fool that's in tow, like he normally does. He's not gonna act
vibes.
like he's smart or knows much,
Yeah,
you know.
a
He's
foppish noble type.
exactly.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
just
I
play it
know the
off like
type.
he normally does. Like you've pretty much figured out this is his bit, that
Yeah.
he's smarter and more perceptive than he looks, but he likes to play it off, you
Oh
know.
yeah. Yinbrath has an eye for talent, and you don't scream talent, but you certainly whisper talent. But
Uh,
yeah, Yinbrath is going to walk back out and go, before we accept this offer, I do have one question.
And that is.
So, this honor debt, uh, for whom do I have to thank for this honor debt, or to look to, say if negotiations need to happen, or I just want to get acquainted?
Our clutches seer.
Hmm. Your seer, eh? Is there any way at some point I might be able to meet with said seer, either in his terms or mine, either or?
She may find it valuable in the future.
Kind of nods and says, right. We will. How about this? For right now, what we can do is most certainly we would love to have you as protectorates, primarily of this estate. I believe most of us will be able to take care of ourselves out and about in town. Um, but we'll come to a more solidified agreement once I'm able to speak to your seer. Sight unseen deals are often, well, it's a comfort thing, and kind of would probably be like very much a it's a comfort thing. I hope that you would understand.
She said, "You may ask such things and explain it such ways. It is understood."
I fucking love these guys. They're enigmatic as fuck. Um, yeah, she'll probably look at that and she'll kind of pause
Well, they
You
probably
know.
weren't given a ton of information
Oh
either.
no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
They seem very straightforward, near automata, like very clutch mentality.
They're elementals.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll probably say thank you, Slith, and your companions. I very much appreciate you all being here, and I hope that our future endeavors are fruitful. You may have free roam of the outside. And probably would say, if you need shelter, the forge is a warm and fireproof place. We will see about assembling an appropriate quarter for you, if you wish.
We can work with those spires of stone.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. She'll say, excellent. And who would have thought some rock art in the lawn would seem appropriate a home? I appreciate your people's tenacity and ability to adapt and to use resources that mine cannot. Yeah.
I take it no. Well, does anybody speak England?
No.
Basically, the elemental earth language.
Ignan,
Uh,
Yes, that's the one.
I don't think so, but then again, I have a lot of languages I haven't chose because my intelligence went up.
I believe that I gained some intelligence, which means I might actually pick up primordial.
I think
Um,
I ever chose any languages.
because primordial would be
Oh,
If I'm remembering
have a
correctly,
zero.
primordial does not exist in 3.5. Each elemental
ah
plane has its own language.
god dang, that's a lot for Yingrath to be, or for Yinvrath. Now I'm saying it like you guys are. For Yinvrath, to
In-breath, okay.
yeah. For Yinvrath to do that, I need to get her something that lets her speak other languages. I need to look through magic items to find that. Um,
I can do comprehend languages, I think.
that's pretty good.
Yeah,
Or you can just spend the 2 points to pick up additional language.
Yeah, but I'm a skill monkey. I'm a skill monkey, baby.
Yeah, that's a skill. Anybody could pick it up.
Yeah,
oh
that's
yeah,
true.
I got caught.
It's only the bard that gets it at one point.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Well, I think that for right now, Yinbrath is probably going to just be like, she'll probably thank them and she'll ask, is there anything that you would require from me, either short term or long term? Anything at all that I can do to aid you?
No, I think we will suffice with what is here.
Yeah,
But
and
thank
she'll. Oh, go ahead.
don't he just thank you?
Yeah, and she'll go through her standard thing of Marshall speaks with the exact same amount of authority as I do, and she'll probably assign. She'll probably say, if you have any day-to-day concerns or anything like that, if you cannot find me, I would request that you speak to any volunteers, or do I pawn this off on Velvier?
Short shit will. CERN
All
will
right,
be like, they look fun.
absolutely. Then she'll definitely be like,
They look fun.
yeah, that's such a Scott answer. I love it. Um, yeah, she'll be like, if you have any direct questions and you are unable to find me, please, CERN may be your liaison.
He waves his little hand in the air like, hey, what's up?
I love CERN.
uh, oh my god, so many things.
Yeah, we've had an eventful day. Is there anyone else who comes to the door? Girl Scouts?
Caramel delights.
Yeah, right.
Well, I could come up with a drow version of Girl Scouts if you really want.
I mean, but
You
yeah.
you might have two of their troop leaders in your company.
Oh God. Yeah, no, that makes sense actually. Uh, what are your cookie sales? Cookies? What? We kill things. We're drow. Um,
They're made from real Girl Scouts.
God, that's
that's
good.
that's the
Terrible.
occasional yearly surface freight.
Yeah, yeah. Oh shit, that's. But yeah,
We're all going to hell.
right. Um, but yeah, at that point, Yinfrath is gonna walk in the house, close the door behind her after Cern gets in, and just go, but good heavens, we have so many more friends since we. And then she's gonna look at fucking she's gonna look at fucking Bora whatever his name is. God damn it. I've already forgotten it. I need to like put it in my notes. Um
You should be able to get to his character sheet.
oh, Hizel Yizes. Minor NPCs, houseworkers. Yes, Bromgron. She's gonna look at Bromgron and temper her smile a little bit. Because Yinbrath is openly starting to show some maniacal, you know? Like, that's the thing she has a hard time with, is she is so disgustingly smug at all times. So, like, she has to temper that a little bit. And instead goes, it appears that actions that came from happenstance have benefited us greatly. Everyone who was not present, we have several salamanders who are going to be protecting the ground. They are harmless to you, hopefully, but keep an eye on them. If you see them doing anything shifty, please, if you see something, say something. Sorry, was someone saying something?
Not at all.
Excellent. Yeah. So I think at this point, it's
Doing,
oh,
he's
go
doing
ahead.
math in the back of his head. That's what's going on.
Oh, that makes sense for Jodin.
Mathematics.
Yeah, at this point, Yinvrath would say, well, assuming that we're able to get on with our day now. I mean, not that I'm complaining about the interruptions we've had. And, she's probably gone back to Marshall, who's got all her shit packed up at this point. And, oh, I need to put 2,500 gold on my character sheet. What am I doing? Let's see. So I needed my calculator plus 5. 3615 or 361 platinum, 5. Excellent. And I'm at about the same weight that I was before because I've converted everything into platinum. So yeah, probably and one thing I'd like to invest in, I'm sure this doesn't take actual money, out of that 5,000, whenever we go to the bank, or not the bank, but like whenever we go to the markets and stuff, I want to get as much of that changed out so I can just like freely exchange currency, like get a good little currency exchange going for our house, just so that we can like do that on the fly. Is that going to take anything extra, or is that just something I can do?
That's just something you can do.
Sick. Yeah. So, I think Madame Yinprath at this point is like, well, we appear to have had a very interesting morning.
They can only get more fun.
I would agree with you. CERN, Jeremy, uh, is there anything that you two would like? Oh, wait, that's right. There is a arena in town. I'm not telling you what to do, but if you do wish to go to the arena, then that might serve as both training and potential scouting.
You mean him, because I'm not very good at fighting, right? Because I want to go find like-minded religious people.
Ah,
We
that's
will,
right.
we will eventually need some form of, I don't know, people with swords and axes and things to attack people we don't like. And he's kind of like, oh my.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And she probably goes, "Oh, don't worry. We're going to the slave market today. Matter of fact, Shoden, at some point, not today necessarily. I know you have your own business. You're a very busy man. But at some point, it would be interesting for you to come with us and see how we do things."
Oh, perhaps. Hmm. This is. I am going to be. I will be needing to be looking for talent while I'm down by the. Well, while I'm down looking for, extra work for us as well. So,
And she would say, "And speaking of extra work, to keep everyone abreast of the situation, tomorrow I am meeting with the head of the Mages Guild, and I will be meeting with him at noon. CERN, actually, if you like to meet people, I think you would like this fellow, and I strangely think he might take a liking to you. Would you like to come with me to lunch tomorrow?"
Do we have to eat? Eh, meeting people will be fun.
Yeah,
I might
kind
be
of
hungry by then.
talking about tomorrow's lunch. Like, oh, I might be hungry by lunch tomorrow. Um, yeah,
I
I think
so
it.
love your character, Scott.
No, Scott's characters are always the fucking best. They're just wild. Um, but yeah, I think at this point, Yinbrath would say, "Well, I have some poor, poor souls to liberate," and be like, "Come along, Marshall." Probably not come along. That's a little disrespectful. She'd be like, "Marshall," and just knowing exactly what Gunnar would probably say with his character, just be like, "Madam," then we'd probably leave.
You just cut out there for a second.
Did I?
Yeah.
Ah, probably look at Marshall and say, "Marshall," and Marshall most likely would say, "Madam," and then we probably both head out with our big old bundle of shit that we're selling.
Sounds like fun, going on an adventure. My head had a song pop into my head. Deal with it.
Vibes.
There,
Been
I just
there.
had to give Marshall his sight from his goggles of night.
Nice.
And Marshall gets about there and stops.
Yinbrath is going to stand right beside him and go, "Oh, well then." And what is this? What is this?
In Discord chat,
Yeah, I see it. But what is it?
give me a knowledge arcana check.
Oh god. We
Yeah,
have
Sassy
so
would
many.
say that.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Um, let's see here. Um, good lord. Rolled an 8. Shucky darn.
Oh, the hashtag. Didn't
Rip.
work great. Another 8.
Well, you know it's some type of beast.
Yeah, I figured as much. Is it approaching the house?
It's sort of sitting there looking towards the doors.
Oh, Jesus. Someone else want to give a crack at identifying this thing before I go and make contact with death? There's so many scary things coming to our doors, guys.
Well, and according to one of our viewers, it's kind of hot too. But then that sassy McNasty, we all know what his taste is.
Being sassy and McNasty.
Exactly.
But
I
yeah.
don't have knowledge religion, so I don't think that'll help.
Would Joden be able to identify? Do you have knowledge arcana?
I do not have knowledge arcana.
Could we? I know Marshall isn't here, but could we have him roll?
Yeah. Let me just
Okay.
open up this character sheet here.
Don't break it.
Best I got is knowledge psionics, and I don't know if that's gonna help.
He's like, I
Like no idea.
think it's called llama.
Mama?
Are they dangerous to us right now?
Well, I guess if it's wandering around the city, it's not too dangerous.
I'll probably walk to about here and look at it and say, "Hail."
Did that even come through?
What, the sigh?
Okay, no, it didn't come through. That's what I need to know. I forgot to push the button.
Whoop.
Anyway, so yes, you get. Are you the mistress of the house?
Well,
And I'm just sitting there, and she looks back at everyone else like, "Are you fucking seeing this shit?" And then she'll look back and go, "That would be me. And you would be?"
Sasha.
I'm like, "All right, Sasha. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit?"
A friend of mine said you might be looking for new employees.
Ah. I say, "Well, if that is the case, please come in. The gate is unlocked at the moment."
Yeah, you could definitely tell. Like, this is like if you think old Greek style Medusa.
Oh yeah. Am I turning to stone?
Without the
Yeah.
snake hair.
Okay.
There's no snake hair.
Gotcha. I look at her and I'm like, "Which friend would this be, and what sort of work are you looking for?"
My friend Tusker.
Do I recognize the name Tuskar?
She's probably pronouncing it wrong. But Tusker.
Thusker. Do I remember that name? Or recognize that?
Now I think I'm pronouncing it wrong.
the dude that first visit.
Trescus. Sorry.
Trescus. Oh, our mage friend. Let me write his name down real quick. Is it Tresgus?
Tresguss.
Okay, gotcha. I'm gonna write all this stuff down in my notepad here while I'm doing this. But yeah, um, let's see here. Um, yeah, gonna go. Our friend. Well, what sort of work was he implying that we would be looking for?
What do you need?
Kind of pauses and says, "Well, I assume that you are physically hale, but looks can be deceiving. What would your talent set be, madam?"
I incapable of fighting from within the shadows.
Hmm. For such a, excuse me for saying, but large creature, do you take to the shadows easily?
As easily as it is dark down here.
Oh, she definitely kind of smiles at that and says, "And payment?"
I do not understand that concept.
Good lord.
Think about it.
Yeah. She probably wants, what, food?
You could ask her.
Yeah. Then what do you seek by working with us?
Power.
Oh, there's a big smile on Yinfrath. She says, "Hmm, you know who I think you would like? I have a friend named Marshall, and I have a friend named Jodin. And both of them are, well, I would consider them
Okay.
quite. Oh, what
How did
are.
Marshall get in front of you?
I think you replaced her with Marshall somehow.
But Marshall's behind you.
He's on there
Oh,
twice.
wait, did she transform into Marshall? Like, did she imitate? Or is this an actual, like, oopie?
No. She, as you were talking to her, you saw her form just shrink down into Marshall.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good. All she wants is power? Bitch, that's what I want.
Change into other people.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I say, well then, what an interesting skill set you carry, my friend. Though, a couple of my friends have that skill set too, and they simply use a hat for it. But this is an excellent start. Kind of says, at the moment, I don't have any direct work, but if you wish to stay on retainer, how many spare rooms do we have in this house at this point?
Yeah, spare room.
Say
Uh,
what? Oh,
there are spare rooms upstairs.
yeah. Probably say, if Trescus recommends you, then who am I to deny it? Please, my home is your home. Have you any requests of me?
Hungry.
See the chef, but do not consume him. We had someone who threatened to do that often, and it puts him of choleric intent. And one other thing. She kind of looks her dead in the eye and says, I know that you come from Truscus, which means I can trust you slightly more than someone I've picked up off the streets. If I find that you've betrayed me, the dealing will be between me and you, not between you and Trescus. Understood?
Yes.
Gives her the whole spiel of Marshall's authority is as much as mine, blah 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 blah. Yeah, or the the standard Yenvrath spiel she gives to every newbie. And yeah, she'd welcome this thing into her home, and she she would probably make mention at some point to just about everyone in the party. Uh, there is no way I could turn this person away because Trescus has now officially put us in his pocket, and I am now realizing the badness of taking that retainer. But also, let's just smile and hope it works out for the best, because that's how D&D works usually,
I,
right?
I was
Maybe
gonna
he's not a
say,
spy.
Jodin immediately had already considered the possibility that this thing is a spy.
Oh, yeah. No, this is not something Yinbrath is going, "Oh, yes, perfectly fine." Like, in fact, she'd probably pull Jodin aside and say, "Keep an eye on that one, please. I don't know what her deal is, but she makes me nervous for right now. Not proven."
hmm, it's like quite an interesting coterie of individuals who have come to your door, and and let's say without saying anything, I'm going to attempt to read the surface thoughts of this one as well. DC 18.
Beautiful. This is so fucking weird.
Fucking
I'm
I'm
just
a telepath. This is like
yeah.
nobody knows this, and he's not gonna really like advertise this or anything. But there's a reason he can pretend to play the fool as often as he does because he
Mhm.
generally has the tools to know a little bit more.
Yeah. I
Yeah, the surface thought you get from this one is as she's looking at the madam, all she's like, power. I can get power.
See, that's someone the madam can deal with. Uh, so long as they're not trying to undercut her for the power, which the madam is going to play a balancing game. Um,
Yeah.
I think probably. First of all, Jodin, do you apprise her of that?
I probably just I probably would just say Jodin would probably look at her and go, "Look look at the would probably just look at her and go, hmm, could be a rather useful ally. Let's be like, hmm, a rather powerful one at that. You know what they say about powerful allies." And he just kind of, and
He,
he kind
sh-
of smiles and he goes, "As long as they're happy, you're fine." And he
yeah.
just kind of, and he goes, and he goes, and he does this in a way that like is even for your sense motive a little disarming because it's like
Hmm.
that it's a switch of mode because there's not it this is not just a certain amount of there's a certain amount of flippance to it, but there's also like a bit of concern underneath, but there is a little bit of eagerness in this as well because he's starting to see a certain collection of like potentially powerful allies collecting around. He's seeing this as a good base of influence to start from. So he's
Oh
just kind of
yeah.
like, but he is still, he's not going to really outright be like, "Oh, I'm reading their minds and this is what I think." But he's going to
Oh
be
yeah.
like, and but there's something behind behind him. Like you could probably tell that um, he's excited about the prospect of having powerful allies, but
Oh
there's
yeah.
probably some hard caution behind it.
And
He did subtly bring up, you know what they say about powerful allies before he switched gears and went, "Oh, as long as they're happy." So
yeah,
there's
no,
obviously some concern.
because Yenvrath was just going to say, was going to finish that if you didn't, and say,
Yeah.
can always turn to powerful enemies.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Oh,
but
yeah.
because that's the implication there.
Exactly.
But no, I think that by the way, just the way that Yinvrath kind of is reading you for your own sake, Jodin,
Yeah.
like for so you can kind of know where she's coming from. I think
Right.
she reads you as very much like, yeah, I'm already picking up that this guy picks up vibes. She doesn't
Right.
necessarily think like, oh, he's reading minds, like it's a possibility. But she's much
Right.
more viewing you as this person appears to be a good judge of character.
Well,
That's how
and
she'll interpret it.
and there would stand to be some reason. Like he was essentially the prince of a noble family according to what he's told you, and you don't like survive as a prince in a noble family for any
Oh
length of
no.
time without being shrewd, because your younger brothers or your older brothers are always trying to kill you off. you because they're the jealousy of power. Your sisters and your mothers are always going to treat you like an expendable pawn piece, and the fact that he's got these big dragon wings and obvious draconic blood probably meant that he had a lot of extra shit to deal with on top of stuff. But he
Oh, and
really hasn't
Yindrath
gotten into that.
understands that.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten too deep into it, and he's been super flippant. And it also strikes you as kind of weird that he's been open that he has a noble family he's running from. You like it might start to dawn on you that that Fresum may not be his necessarily his last name. It's a little bit of an odd play to be like, yeah, I'm a noble running from somewhere else. If you're really trying to keep your cover that secret, so you know
Which
there,
which
yeah.
fair dues also, like, Yinbrath also very much wears that on her sleeve in a very
Mm.
different way.
Yeah,
Like, I feel like real recognizes real at this point, and we both
yeah,
recognize, man, the Drow really fuck everyone over, and we've just
yeah,
taken different things from it, but also
yeah,
the same thing, which is, I need to have power so it never happens again. Like,
yeah. There's like a subtext in the communication between them. There's as much that's not said but understood than is said. Like there's
oh yeah.
maybe a thing developing here where it's like, okay, I can see what's going on, because you can tell he still clouds his game a little bit, but he seems to be a little bit more open,
Well,
cautiously open with Yingrath.
yeah, like
Yingrath.
the thing is like I think that the lesson to take away from it is that being an abnormal drow in drow society is 200% a confidence game, where it's 170% a confidence game if you are a normal drow. Like, you
Right.
gotta give that extra 30%.
Oh yeah,
Um
exactly.
but yeah, no, I we let the Lamia, Lamia. We let the Lamia in. Lami? Sorry.
The Lamia, the Mamia.
Oh yeah. The Lamia. Yeah, that's good. Um, yeah, but yeah, I let her into the house. Does anyone else? Does she slither in snake form?
Oh yeah,
Woo! All right. How does everyone react to that?
It
Big
occurs to
lady.
me it occurs to me that we may need to build some additional structures on the property to house some of our employees.
Concur with that. And with the money that we're about to bring in, I don't think that's necessarily, well, we've paid off the house at this point. We have 5,000 sitting in coffers. An addition shouldn't be too hard, but hopefully. And she looks at the Lamia and is like, I would ask and request one thing, Sasha, so long as you are not upset by it. And please tell me if this is disrespectful. Uh, if this is, it is from a place of ignorance. But I would request that when in the house, you take a smaller form. You see, the house itself is not set up for um, larger beings such as yourself.
no, no disrespect. It's understandable.
Yeah, and definitely she'll smile at that and nod and say, "I appreciate."
Is that more appropriate?
Motherfucker! I knew you were gonna do it at some point. She looks. You know that thing wherever like the in like an anime, like especially they do it a lot in Airbender, wherever you have a very serious character who gets unnerved for a second and you see the eyebrow twitch. Is one of those where she just has like
That's
that
what happened to
slight.
Inbrath, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Like right now she has that
I
slight eyebrow twitch and then goes,
I
"That
know that
suits
exact
fine."
thing. Yeah, I know that exact that you're making that fucking reference. I'm like
Yeah.
immediately referencing like a million animes in my
Oh yeah, absolutely. So yeah,
Almost every anime out there has a
yeah.
scene with that in it.
That's
but yeah,
great.
she says that suits just fine. We are having a rogues gallery film. As a player, I am a little baffled at how many people we're just getting all of a sudden. I've never had an experience like this, and I'm digging it. It's like, hey, welcome to a nest of problems. Time to navigate it. They're your
Right.
friends. Like,
Well, you just started your organization, so you're getting all
true.
your new like people that are going to be a part of your shit. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I still got 2 levels to go, but I'm putting in the work.
Oh yeah. Because yeah, I'm this I guess this works as a cult of personality, and eventually this could shift into like a into an actual cult thing. Because yeah, no, she's basically trying to set herself up as like, no, 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 I'm the half-blood empress. It doesn't matter whether you like actually believe that, so long as you pay like lip service, you know?
Right.
It's very much one of those, and I can't wait until I get my prestige class because that's also going to be really fucking gross. It's basically going to feed into this in a really toxic and fun way. Like, because you hear that a lot, right?
Oh yeah.
Toxic and fun. Uh,
I can just hardly wait till Gunnar and JJ come back and see what the fuck.
yeah, I'm going to have to give Gunner a fucking bat report. Let's see
Oh,
here.
what?
I
I
can't.
am going to find a different token
Okay.
for her form, but
No,
for
that's
now,
fine.
that's the most convenient.
I do love the idea that she has now made it triplets.
Well, if you actually look at the twins' faces, they're just like, oh,
Oh, yeah, no, they fucking would, wouldn't they? Um, but
Okay.
yeah, no, I think
yeah,
probably
welcome to D&D Pornhub.
shit, Jesus Christ. Um, hot Lamia action. But no, salamanders. Okay, I think
How
I
did that to work before?
Rule 34.
Jesus. But yeah, so she'll probably she'll probably look at Marshall and everyone else in the house and go, well, I wonder if we have any other surprise guests to the door. And like pull out her telescope and look down the street both ways.
Don't tempt me. I was thinking of one other, but I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, and I
Which
think
would probably give you guys a heart attack.
oh god. Oh god. Just a beholder walks in. Hey, I heard there was a party. Oh god. Anybody got goldfish? Um but no, probably at this point she'd go, well, that all being said, it seems an appropriate time to go and collect more people for the house.
Okay.
And to sell the other things.
Yeah. So who's all going to the Harbor District for this?
Does the Harbor
Well,
District?
I'm
Oh, go
going
ahead.
to the Harbor District to go look for to finish business deals and look for a job for us. So, like, I don't.
Right?
They're doing something different, I guess.
Is there a
Yes. Does the
religious
Harbor?
thing at the harbor?
Oh, there's a couple of churches.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm counting on some business from them. I am opening a brothel.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fair.
Oh, yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Um.
there's at least one that's the Catholic Church.
Yeah. Right.
uh,
So there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Irish Catholic.
Less but still Um. To all of our Catholic viewers, we love you. Anyway. Um.
Catholics wouldn't watch this. Sorry to say.
No, Catholics probably wouldn't watch this.
I
Um.
used to role play with a few
Catholics
Catholic
shouldn't watch
people.
this. Let's just say
Interesting.
let's
Yeah,
just say
Catholics should
shouldn't
not.
watch this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to turn anybody off to our channel. I'm just saying that you might have to say a few Hail Marys from watching this. I don't know.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I don't
You
know how religion works. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
you
Um.
just
Oh.
in tonight, you'd have to do like 35 of them just from tonight.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, I probably need a flogging.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think I'm going to the harbor because the harbor has slaves, right?
And you're dragging Marshall with you.
Excellent. Yes, I am. I'll drag him right now. Also, I don't think his vision actually properly works, but that's a after game session thing because he ain't here right now. Poor
You know, like a
Cyrus,
church is in the harbor.
feeling ill.
And notice he tags along behind you. It's like, I'm gonna go look at churches in the harbor. That might be kind
Yeah,
of fun.
and he's just
Even
like,
better,
say what?
Jeremy would follow along to see if he can find any weapons laying around.
Ah, excellent. We might be able to purchase you a weapon or trade one in. We've got some pretty nice stuff. I'm
Oh, yeah.
definitely loading up the cart with like our tradables that we've got, including. We need to do this between sessions, is figuring out whether those adamantine maces, if any of those are good to sell. Also, how many bars did you use for those daggers?
I don't think that's a good question. I don't remember what Brian said about how many. I think it was like maybe 1 bar, wasn't it?
I
It
think
wasn't a
it was like
lot.
1.5 bars.
One and a
One and a
half
half?
bars.
Yeah, I
It
think it
wasn't
was
a
So,
one and a
lot.
half.
I was surprised at how little it was, but yeah, everybody, those who are part of the party all have an adamantine dagger now. So
excellent. I have
Yeah.
set our adamantine to 27.5 adamantine bars. I don't think we're selling the adamantine bars. That seems like a bad idea. Seems like a good tactical resource.
yeah, we
Oh, it's
definitely
definitely
want
a
that.
good resource.
Yeah, we definitely want that for arming our people, for reinforcing our, walls and shit, anything for all kinds of shit. So
Yeah, and I probably look at Velvir as I'm leaving and say, I'm leaving Imsh here. If there's any trouble, I assume you can handle it?
Don't I always? And he gives you that sly smile.
Probably Yinbrath in her head just goes, I'm not sure. Uh I've known you for very short amounts of time. Um but yeah, we're heading to that god dang harbor district.
Give me a sec. God damn it, this map is so big.
Gotta love it.
I know. What am I, map crazy?
Yeah. I've been starting to get map crazy. I made a map that I need to send you. It's a map of like a giant human corpse that some of my players are going through right now. I think you'd get a kick out of it.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Isometric's hard. Let
It
me
is
send
hard.
you. There's a video that let me see if I can send you a good video because I think I know one that might help you, Rowan. Ah, classic.
One you might want to look into, and you can get it through Steam, is Tailspire.
See, all three of us have Tailspire. We have not been able to figure it out. It is a hard to use map maker.
It is very hard because it is true 3-dimensional.
Yeah.
Wow.
The idea eventually is that is going to be a VTT.
Yeah, I do know that they're doing that, which is really cool. Side note, while we're getting the map loading, I am very excited with all the options of VTTs we're starting to get. Like Roll20 is the big accessible one, but like, hold on, let me see. There's one that's really good. That's a really good simple one.
Is that Astra?
No, not Astra. Though Astra
Because
is really
that's died.
Astra
It's
died.
it's not being supported anymore.
Dang. No, I'm thinking of. It's like a pixel art one, kind of. Um, let's see here. It's not Owlbear Rodeo. I've never heard of that, but that looks cool. I gotta find it because there's a really good one that I used to use a lot when I didn't know what I was doing, and it's got like a decent thing. It might be in my bookmarks. Let's see here. Also, let me know whenever we've swapped maps so that I'm not taking up more time.
Whoa. I just erased everything I just typed.
Good.
Oh
Okay.
God.
That's exactly what you want, right?
No.
Let's see. Wasn't Rumkin, though. Everyone should go to Rumkin at some point because it's just very good. And you ever look at your bookmarks and realize you've bookmarked way too many things with no organization whatsoever?
Yes.
Yes.
That's me right now. Let's see.
Bookmarks. What is that?
Come
I
on.
just randomly search the whole internet
Yeah,
every
right?
single time.
Yeah. Every day I search the whole of the internet and save every page.
Yep. I don't even save it. I just start all over the next day. Like,
Respectable.
oh, we're doing the same task as we did yesterday, but I didn't save any of the destinations.
Yeah.
Great. We'll start from the beginning.
Yeah, right?
This page
Oh,
looks
that's
familiar.
For ease in navigating this map, I'm going to lighten it up
okay.
because I do not have all the torches and everything set
Oh,
up and lit.
you're fine. This is Jesus Christ, Brian. This is a huge map, Brian. Are
100
you
by
okay,
100.
Brian?
It's 100 by 100.
Good lord. Yeah, the map I made that was really, really big was a 50 by 50. So you've doubled my biggest map I've ever made.
50 by 50, I consider that standard.
Dang.
Standard.
Let's see here. What do we got? Is
I
this
don't
what I
even-
think it is? Let me just walk into this person's house. Oh, that's the Adventurers Guild. We're not going in there. Never mind. I
No,
don't walk in there at all.
that's Zodan. That's the building Zodan bought.
Oh shit!
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Nice.
I want to go. I gotta close out for a second because I gotta see this. If it's a
Hell
bit,
yeah.
if we've got the building that I bought, I want to take a look at it.
Oh yeah.
That's your building.
It's very standard right now.
Oh, that's just the main floor.
Um,
I do
Yeah,
have
ooh,
maps that go up.
yeah,
it
it's
does look very good though.
nice. All
This is a
right,
very
I
neat
can work
looking
with
map.
this. I can work with this.
Excellent.
It can
Glad
work.
to hear that. Alright.
Yes.
Yeah, do you let us check it out as well?
Yeah, I would probably like. Yeah, if you guys are coming down to downtown anyway, I
Mhm.
would probably be to check out the property and seeing, what I already had for furnishings in there, what I needed to figure out, what I needed to like change or do whatever. Um, is there like a bar in here? Let me see. Because if there is not a bar in here, I definitely need to put
Wait,
one in.
are
But if there,
hold on, are you dragging around? No, okay. I was like, who are you dragging around right? Oh, you're watching all the rest of our cameras because you've got
yeah.
vision for all of us. Yeah. Is this like a wine area or a study, like an office? This looks like an office, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, couple
Oh,
offices.
I would probably put an. I would probably put an office upstairs. I definitely want a. I
Well,
definitely
this,
want.
I didn't mean to shut the door.
How
I
dare you?
definitely
that
want
area is currently
a
the
bar area.
office.
It's
Currently,
what is it?
The one that you were just in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it?
That That's currently the office.
That's the office. Okay.
Okay, so I might want to move my office upstairs. I definitely want a bar situation downstairs. This is probably Jodin is looking over that he's talking with. He's probably looking around going, interesting, I can work with this. This office would work better upstairs, I think. I need a bar area down here um for customers to relax in while they
Yeesh.
wait for services, schmooze, create social connections that we can use down the road. Eh,
And it sounds like, or and it looks like, and she points probably to the area right at the front, like right there, and
mhm.
goes, "It seems like a perfect little area for that bolt of cloth, doesn't it?" Kind of smiling at you.
Interesting. Yes, perhaps we could make some sort of decor there, utilizing that cloth. Let's see. But yeah, he's gonna inspect this place. Like he's got his. He didn't just throw his keys on the table or anything. He's got them in his hand. He's probably just he's probably fidgeting with it, or he might have just dropped them back in his pouch. He'd
Yeah.
want both his hands free so he can like tactily touch things and see and
This has
move
got to
things
go.
around.
This has got to go. We could put something there. That's got
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
go.
Oh yeah.
exactly. He's
Oh
he's
yeah.
definitely he's definitely looking around at what kind of remodel he may need to do to make this what his vision is. He's like, but it's all like sort of that stuff of like, I think we put a little bit more. I think we need to, for those walls to have some. I think the curtains over there need to be a deeper shade of purple, maybe some blue tie strings for when we need to tie them back. We'll need a new sign out front, something with permanent fairy fire that you can see from a distance. And he's just like, yeah, he's doing the
Oh yeah. And Yinbrath is just listening and probably she's probably trying to act as a bit of a sounding board in just the sense that
Mhm.
she's being quiet and or agreeing when she hears something that's a good idea. Like, you
Yeah,
know, definitely not yes manning. Like if something sounds
right,
stupid, like
right,
she'll be
right.
like, "Nah," but like otherwise, no, she's attentive right now.
Yeah, those of you who haven't picked up on the fact, those of you without sense motive who haven't picked up on the fact that Jodin is not quite the fool he seems, this may be the most intensely engaged and the most serious you've seen him. For those of you without sense motive, he's come off as kind of just a foolish, spoiled rich noble. But this is the first time that some of you have probably seen him like take anything seriously and show any sort of like real like skill at anything outside of just being, you know, sort of funny.
Yeah.
He-
So I am looking at the second floor
okay,
because I popped up the map in Dungeon Draft.
okay,
Um, you would have to take one of the bedrooms away to make an office.
all right. How many bedrooms would?
There is a total of 6.
What if I converted this front room into a bar and I converted the downstairs office into either a room or 2 rooms and converted one of the rooms upstairs into my office? Like, I imagine
Yeah.
this is all going to be stuff that's going to be absorbed in the cost of opening up my actual organization. But,
Yeah.
like, just structurally talking to you about like how I would set it up, because well, he'd want to make sure he has a window, some sort of window or secret access to be able to leave if he discreetly if he needs to. It makes more sense for the ground floor to be welcoming towards
Mhm.
guests and to have like service areas down there than to place my office directly down there. Plus, it puts a little bit of distance between me and the front door so that when people want to see the manager, they pretty much have to speak to one or two of my employees to bring it to my attention for me to make a decision on whether they're important enough for me to talk to or not.
Yeah, and that makes sense.
Yeah, it's creating that sort of creating like that sort of like distance that means, okay, if you want to deal with me as a professional, then you have to go through the steps rather than I'm going to walk right into your office. There's more chances for people to be like, hey, wait, hold on. What can I do for you? Do you need anything? Oh, you need to talk to the owner or the manager or whatever. Let me go get them. You know,
or even, oh, you need to talk to the owner slash manager. Well, currently I am the manager, so yeah, like
yeah,
the classic barrier.
yeah, creating the barriers. Like, I don't want just any asshole walking up and talking to
Es-
me. I'm going to be busy. So,
Especially when you own a brothel. Like that just
right,
feels like a very good business sense motive of
right.
going, like,
And I'll
oh
definitely
gosh,
have, yeah, I'm definitely not going to, while I will do some hands on ownership, I'm going to definitely pay close attention to who I hire to manage the place as the sort of on site manager. So, yeah.
the camera on stream has been following me. So it's just been watching me go up to places, open the door to look, and then like see, oh, that's a house. Oh, that's a bar. Oh, that's a and, and then drag to the next place, by the way.
Right, right.
Yeah. Um,
Okay, I sent you screenshots of the 2 floors,
Oh, sweet.
Justin. So by all means, edit however you want to edit them to what you think works out, and then I can just change the map around.
All right. I'll Yeah,
nice.
I'll let you. Yeah, I'll take a look at it, and kind of let you know what I'm looking at here. Oh, I do like that area right there. That's pretty good. But that's probably going to end up being what gets converted into.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, this map is massive. Am I able to assume that way over here is the slave pen?
This is one
Yes.
of the drow houses.
Excuse me while I walk away. Uh,
If you move up towards the ships, that's where you will find the slave pens.
gotcha. Excellent.
Oh, there's
Uh,
one
That
there.
the thing is big.
Yeah. I see. There's the gallows, which of course, yeah, because I've been here before. Duh.
Yeah.
Um, that's right. We've had people on this map before.
Yeah, I cleared them out because you guys were coming in fresh.
Yeah. Well, I and Marshall will probably head towards the slave pen.
Right. You got a directory? Or it's the church?
Right? Straight up. Yeah, where's the map that says
Oh.
you are here, idiot?
Well, there isn't one, but
Can't go through a wall.
okay, hold on there, Scott. I'm going to move you to the.
Okay. Wow. Walking on water.
Nice.
It's
Walking on
probably more
sunshine.
like flying.
Yeah.
There. Yes. There is a plaque on this. It says Church of the Three.
Hmm.
The three.
So that's to the undead guys, isn't it?
Maybe. Could be 3 other gods. You don't know.
Who knows? Tiamat
Fucking
loses 6
walk in
heads.
the door. I walked in the door. Like, I forgot how to spell three.
God, you're making me remember how to spell THRE.
Right.
I had to think about that for a minute.
I did too. I was like, wait, I know how to. I'm 41 years old. I know how to spell 3.
You're 41. I'm 51. I should really know how to spell 3. Soon to be 52. Oh, God. I hate getting old.
Yeah, I'll never make it there. I'm stopping at 42, and I'm going to be 42 for the rest of my life.
I
Yeah,
I
respect
wish I
that.
stopped at 42.
Right?
I can be like 70 some years old and be like, how old are you? 42.
Honestly, I would have loved to have stopped at 35. I was at my
Yeah,
physical
you know,
peak right at
35,
that point. I was at physical peak 35. I would love to go right back there.
35 would not be bad. I was still under 300 pounds. Oh, Mirror just disappeared. So, let's deal with our little cobalt friend.
I just walked into the church.
Yeah. So you see all these, there's statues and there's pictures on the wall. And
Okay, so at that, I'm going to actually do the knowledge religion thing.
please give me a roll.
I can figure out how to make this roll. $16. Not bad.
Um, you look around and like there's not one thing that's the same. So you're probably quite sure this is a multi-denominational church. So just about anybody can come in here and do a service. It's open for just about anybody.
Anybody running it like that, like schedules to do sermons for specific religion type services?
There isn't a schedule per se anywhere, but the door over here definitely opens up. And which character am I going to pick to represent this? Oh, he's always a good one.
Aha! Velvir is also the pastor. I knew it!
Hello, little one.
Hi.
And
So,
how may I help you today?
well, I'm trying to expand the religious foothold of my God. So I see a multi-dimensional church, so there has to be a schedule if we want to do, say, a service of or Kurtamlak. Kurtamlak?
Close enough. I see, I see. Well, please come into my office, have a seat, and we'll check the books.
Okay. Walk it.
Yeah. So he sits at his desk and he has his book and he's flipping through it. And how often do you wish to hold these services?
Oh,
How long? Like how many? Like you want to once a week, once a month, every other day? Is it an hour long, a half hour long sermon?
I would think an hour long for each, at least once a week.
And
Unless something comes up and then I can't do it at all because I
uh,
have to fix something. But yeah, just a tentative schedule type thing.
always something always comes up. And he flips through his book a bit more. It's like, well, on the 8th day at the 13th hour, we definitely have that open if you're willing.
All right. How do we go about notifying other people that it's happening so that they can come and learn about Kurtamark?
Well, he pulls a pen out of his inkwell and he's going to his book. And the god's name again?
Kurtamark.
He doesn't even ask you how to spell it, and for some reason he knows how to.
Oh.
And your name.
CERN.
And you see the book glow a bit. There. Anybody and everybody who would be interested will find out.
That's
Cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah, down near the slave market, all of a sudden you see this poster just pop up on the side of the building.
I look, I see what it's for. And
Yeah,
I look over at Marshall and I go, industrious one, isn't he? Followed by obviously a yes, madam. I love playing Gunner's character because the thing about his character is I know what he would say. Anyway, continue.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just a nominal fee, 1 gold for every sermon you do, which is a charitable donation to the church itself. You have use of the office for an hour before and an hour after to do any work that you might need to do. We just ask that you keep the place as you found it.
Sacrifices and whatnot, clean up after them and all that whatnot. Yeah, I get it.
If sacrifice is part of your sermon, then by all means, yes.
It's so underdark.
Where else could you actually play evil races and act like it's a good campaign? Because
Yeah.
it's just so normal.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll do that on the 13th or on the 8th at the 13th hour. Got it.
Oh, and the shelf there beside you, all those are different manuscripts and that of the other religions that come through here. It is open for your perusal. If you wish to add anything about your god to it, then by all means.
Okay. Oh, here's your gold. Here, have 2.
Oh,
Fortitude.
why, thank you. That should help replenish the candle fund. Just about out of those magical candles. Perfect. Well, if there's anything else,
The moment? No. That kind of served my purpose. That's kind of cool. All right. See you later. And he walks.
Doesn't
by
even
all
get his
means.
name, just does a transaction, says, I'd like to do church once a week. Goes, all right, cool, 1 gold. Pays him the gold, leaves. What a
I know,
Chad.
hey?
What a Chad. I love your character. Oh shit.
That's no for him. I have no idea where everybody else went.
Up by the ships is the bulk of them.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta walk all the way back over there. I'm not gonna fly. I'm gonna follow the path this time.
I
Oh, look,
respect
there's
that
some
because
dude.
you're also revealing the path for everyone else. So thank you.
There's some dude there. I don't know who that is.
Oh, he doesn't exist.
Oh, hi, how you
Yeah.
doing, dude? I'll walk right by you.
Was it the person in the little
Yeah.
round house? Yeah. No, that's the head of the Adventurers Guild.
Oh, that's the head of the Adventurers Guild?
Yeah.
Oh no, the person outside of the little roundhouse.
Yeah, this little shadowy dude.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what's his name. Old
Yeah.
character.
hmm Who I think is lost in dimension.
He got sucked somewhere where nobody wants to go.
That is
Where'd I go?
fair. Unfortunate.
Trying to find an easier way to travel faster. Oh, I stepped in the water. Or the grass.
No, there's no grass here.
And the dirt.
Closest thing to grass you'll find is little mushrooms. Or lichen. Lichen. Whatever it's called.
Rude.
So, the people that's at the harbor docks where the slate pens are.
Yeah.
Do you walk into the office?
Yes, and I'm assuming he probably recognizes Marshall.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
My friend, welcome back.
Probably looks over and Yinbrath goes, hello, I haven't made your acquaintance yet.
You must be Madam Yenrath. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, and she'd be like, it is a pleasure to meet you too. And she'd actually reach out her hand and say, it's a pleasure to meet you too in Duragar. Because, Yinbrath is always on that shit.
He reaches out, shakes it. Ah, lady of refined taste. That is good. That is good.
Yeah, she doesn't visibly wince at fine taste, but,
Hey, he's an
Yeah.
old guy.
Yeah. He's like, my culture's best culture, and Yinbrath is like, your culture, worst culture. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, she'd probably be like, from what I understand from Marshall here, you are one of the finest keepers of slaves in the market. And does he react to my obvious slave tattoo, by the way?
I see one here who has earned their freedom.
More than. And she kind of gives him a smile, says, have you any decent specimens?
I believe your friend here knows exactly where the specimens are kept. By all means, peruse and then we will talk afterwards.
Excellent. So, what am I finding slave-wise back here? What kind of people am I seeing?
Yeah, Dark Vision is not carrying over with this token. I do not know why.
Say la vie. And if anyone says la vie, I will fight them.
V. Just
All right,
just
Scott.
say not to.
All right, Scott. I'm gonna
Okay,
fight you
so-
and lose. All right, go ahead.
Well, yeah. So in this assortment of 8 cages,
Mhm.
they're all full.
Yeah, all
They're all full. So there's 16 people here.
okay.
It
Any of
can
them?
easily fit 2 people per cage.
Oh yeah. So are there any of them that stand out to me, or are they all just kind of normies?
Doing Mira's favorite thing, rolling dice in secret.
Ooh. See, I like it when it's at a no risk situation or a low risk situation like this. It's whenever we have a bunch of monsters around us that I get panicked.
Most of them look pretty average.
Okay.
They'd be good like house workers or something like that, or
Maybe
there
cult
is-
members.
well, maybe. But there is one that stands out.
Okay.
And
He's got no arms, no legs, but he's an epic spellcaster.
Hell
no,
Yeah, how are you going to cast spells without somatic components?
there
That's why
is.
he's the greatest spellcaster ever.
There
Yeah.
is a feat for that.
Very carefully.
Trust me, this is 3.5. There's a feat for that.
There's a feat. Yeah, that's basically the catchphrase. Is there's a blank for that.
Well, hey, where do you think there's an app for that came from?
Yeah.
It's people who played 3.5.
Yeah.
Oh God. Let me break out my one book. Make sure I'm going to say this right.
Okay.
There's a gloomling in the cage.
A gloomling. What is a gloomling?
Gloomly.
Gloamings. They're like basically imagine if a halfling had like glowing wings on them and looked
Nice.
very fey. And Dro actually murdered several of their kind to create the darkness spell.
Uh,
Gloamings are so sort of counter, like they're the ultimate contradictionists. Like if the rest of the society around them is lawful evil, they're likely to be chaotic good. They're contrarians in a
hmm,
lot of ways. If the society around them, they're super individualistic too. Like they're way individualistic. Like they'll pick up, you know, whatever traits and names they think are interesting. They'll be contradictory to the people around them, and yeah, they're pretty cool.
yeah.
They don't have dark vision, but they let off a soft glow wherever they are. They have like feather-like wings and they glow. Mhm.
Yeah. I definitely think. Um, I'll look at everyone. Um, all of these slaves, and
They have high charismas.
ooh, excellent.
Charisma and dexterity, I think, is their best thing.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So I'll look at them and I'll go, excellent. And I'll like walk over here and I'll look at the gloamling. I'll be like, you there. What's your name?
Oh, great. It's a half breed.
Oh, she looks and goes, oh, great. It's a near extinct race.
Ooh, actually,
Ooh.
gloamings aren't necessarily near extinct. Here's something interesting.
Uh,
Illithids just generally leave them alone. They find their brains unpalatable. They don't.
okay.
Oh,
Then I would probably look at him and instead of that, probably what would a biting insult be? Oh, yeah, I'd probably say, oh, look, it's a spell component.
Yeah, they're fascinated with other plane touch creatures. Other than that, they're rampant individualists. they're they're all over the fucking board, except for the fact that they hate Dro. Illithids don't really like the taste of their brains, and they're interested in other plane touched.
Yeah, and I definitely probably, yeah, I would definitely give the, oh, look, it's a spell component.
Oh, look, it's an oopsie. Was it your mom or your dad?
I love it. I love her. I love this
she'll
book
probably,
already. I
she'll look
love it.
down, yeah, she'll look down and go, Dad, are yours alive?
Oh,
Well, I'm sure that they would be very proud of you right now. Is there anything that that smart mouth can do that's actually useful?
if this collar was removed from around my neck, I'd show you. But sadly, I can't. Some gray stone doofus decided I'd make a nice slave. Eh, we'll see.
Kinda nods and looks at her, and actually Yinrath kind of respects the balls, like the absolute stones of going. Oh look, it's a half breed. Like, bitch, I could just buy you and kill you. Like, no, she's down. She's like,
Holy
what do you
shit.
think of all of your compatriots in cages around here?
Honestly,
Oh, that's what else I needed.
if they get released, yeah, a quick death would be much more merciful.
Kind of nods and goes, there's wisdom in that. And what about you if you get released?
All depends if this collar comes off or not.
Say it does come off.
Now, am I hearing this correctly? For someone who at least has blood of a drought running through their body, the collar may come off.
Kind of looks and like taps at her cheek very subtly to kind of indicate the slave mark and goes, humor me.
Oh, that explains Daddy playing with slaves again. Yeah, some of those dark elf males just can't keep it in their pants, can they?
Oh my god, yeah, no. Yinbrath kind of goes, you've got a lot of fire. Who's to say I don't buy you and cut those wings off?
They eventually grow back.
All the more practice to cut them off again. Kind of, kind of, shrugs and says, I'll be back. And, she's
Yeah.
gonna walk.
And bring your silent one along with you.
Oh, yeah, no.
They look interesting.
Yeah, right? Gonna walk all the way up here and say, your current stock. How much for all of them?
Did you look at the ones that were in the
Oh, I
front
did
here?
not. I did not.
What's up?
Yeah. Hello, CERN. I'm getting shit talked by a fucking fairy thing. I mean, it's not a
And
fairy
then,
thing, but
well, no, it's an underdark planar touched fairy thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. You're getting you've been getting dissed.
I have been. No, I'm fucking here for it though. Honestly. Um.
I did my job for the day. So
I
whatever you're
saw. Very good. Making an impact immediately. Might have to look into that church as well.
Yeah, they service all like you can schedule any religious
And
congregation thing, I guess.
probably would. Probably Madame Yinbrath would say, though I don't worship the same god that you do, I wouldn't mind sitting in on your first sermon, if that would be acceptable.
Yeah.
So this group
Uh-huh.
of cages, only one has two
Okay.
in it. The others are all individuals because they take up most of the room in the cages.
Ah, all right. What are we looking at?
Um,
I know why, because this isn't a spot.
basically, it's a bunch of half ogres. They're barely
Totally.
fitting in the cage.
Ow.
Half
And
ogres? That's impressive.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
a lot
yeah,
of meat. That's
That's a lot of meat to contain in a
that
cage
is,
this size.
yeah. Do any of them stick out to me? I mean, God, they all do because they're half ogres, but heavens to Betsy.
They all stick out. Like they are, that they're muscle.
They
How,
all literally
how
stick
the
out
hell did Durgar get them into these cages? You don't know. But they're in
uncomfortably
the
would be my assumption.
very uncomfortably.
Yeah.
The two that are in the individual cage here in the upper
Uh-huh.
right, they look like they are just about ready to cry because they're just
Yeah.
like they're gonna bust out of the cage, they'll bust out of the cage, they're gonna eat us, they're gonna eat us.
Yeah. and they're also half ogres, and they're thinking that I'm gonna eat them.
Oh no, the two that are in the one cage, they are just two humans.
Oh, okay, yeah. How do the half ogres look? As in, like, mood wise?
They don't look happy.
I can assume not. Um, yeah, I mean, I guess Yinvrath will probably go back to up here now that she's seen what she sees. Because there's no like heavy personality looking ones or unique looking ones, right?
No.
Okay. Then I am gonna walk up and say, how much for the humans in the Gloamling?
In that bottom group. Well, Gloomlings has a bit of a bite to her, doesn't she?
Kind of smiles and goes, yes, yes, she does.
For that lot, I could easily let them go for 1,000.
Hmm. And as for the top lot?
Oh, those. Well, they're 500 apiece. It's not easy capturing those things.
So there's 7 of them
That is correct.
at 500 a piece. So let's see here. So 7 times 500 plus 1,000.
36.
That's 4,500.
And you say you want the whole lot.
Well, that depends. Are you able to cut me a deal? And I'm actually going to make a persuade roll for this
Go for it.
to haggle. Let's see. Persuade. Diplomacy, that's what it is. So
Yeah.
used to 5. Okay. Well, thank God I have a plus 24. Please just don't roll a 1. A 29 is not a bad roll. But yeah, I'm going to be like, what kind of deal can you offer me for a full lot? I'd be clearing out a lot of feeding that you'd have to do, management of especially very, very unhappy half ogres, and, well, you know, all of the gloamling that, to be honest with you, you're only going to get as a party favor full of spite.
I like how you think. Tell you what, 3,700 and the whole lot's yours.
3,700. That's not bad at all. And yeah, I think Yinfrath is going to say, well, actually, I do have one more question. We were going to sell this wand of detect magic that had like a billion that had like 47 charges on it or something like that. How much is the wand of detect magic worth? And I can roll an appraise if you need me to.
Give me a sec as I look this up.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't mean to make you stretch.
I'm gonna have to do some massive research if I'm gonna come up with a sermon.
And I expect the entire hour, Scott.
I haven't written a sermon since I was like 18.
Wait, you wrote it? Oh, read or wrote?
Wrote.
You wrote a sermon?
Yeah.
Ah, interesting. I would not have figured.
I thought about becoming a youth pastor in Christianity.
That's right. I mean, honestly, youth pastors are the ones that do the best job, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the very least, a youth pastor can be much more like, "Hey, it's like don't jerk off in that. Please don't. You can't use that word." Like, I feel like that's what youth pastors are. It's just like, hey, like I'll use some faith, but mostly I'm just gonna like try and help you not like fuck your life up.
do dumb things.
Yeah. Because we got some stuff. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead and give me an appraisal roll.
Yeah, I would love to. Can I take 20 on it, assuming we did this before we left?
Oh, by all means, take your 20.
Good, because I only put one rank into appraisal.
It's only worth about 375 gold.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, 375. That's not so bad. Probably say, how about, so if I were to take out a partial loan from the house, I
Or
could
take
take.
all of CERN's. He'd offer all his if you wanted.
I mean, that's your character's money. You do with it what you please. Like, because
He doesn't serve others. Otherwise,
what is CERN
you're
sitting at?
free. I have no idea. Last I knew it was 2,400 or 500, and I don't
Yeah.
remember any other amount that he's gotten. So
Dang. Well then, I think that probably she'll be like, she'll probably be like, CERN. No, she wouldn't. She wouldn't. She'll probably take a loan from the house, honestly. I think that unless CERN was like, oh, let me help, like she'll probably just take a loan from the house. Because, she also is the house. So it's basically taking a loan from her own bank account.
yeah,
Yeah. So she'll take a 2K loan from the house, which will mean that we have 3K in the house, which is fine. Because this also isn't just for Yinbrath. This is stuff that'll help the house.
yes.
Yeah.
And so you said 3,700?
3,700.
All right. Which she'll probably be like, if you want to take this wand off my hands, I can offer you 35 and the wand. Or 36 and the wand. I know it's a little short.
What's the wand do?
It's detect magic. I'll be honest with you. It's not exactly the most valuable thing, but would be very handy, especially to check any of these people who are coming in who might be, well, let's just say, hiding something on the inside. I've heard of prison pockets before.
Well, you did buy a couple last time. Okay.
Heck yeah.
Deal.
So hell yeah. So I will subtract that money, and the wand. And yeah, I'll buy them all. This is Yinbrath's thing. Let's see. God, how many slaves is this? This is 16 plus 8 plus 1. So 30. Wait.
17, basically
Yes.
17 human slaves, 1 gloamling, and 7 half ogres.
Damn. 17 plus 1 plus 7. Yeah, 25 slaves. Hell yeah. We fucking freeing these bitches.
You don't have a place big enough.
No, I know. I know. I know.
They can
We'll
just
deal
camp out
with.
in the courtyard.
Yeah, exactly. No,
Well,
we'll.
there's also the
Killer
basement.
Fire
True.
snakes.
Yeah. Um, I'll probably buy all of them, and then at the nearest wholesaler, I'll buy like, what would that be, like 10 tents?
Well, you need a tent per half ogre. Like
That's
if you
true.
get a 2-man tent,
Yeah. Well, this is assuming all of them stay as well.
I don't think the humans are going to go anywhere because they're just like someone raided a village.
Ah,
They're
okay,
scared.
that makes sense.
The half ogres, you know, you know, you might be able to convince a few. The Gloomling's taken a shining to you a bit, you
Oh,
think.
has she?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm interested in the gloaming because if you don't use her for businesses, I can line.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's how this works,
But that'll
right?
be a while.
Yeah, yeah. Here's how this works, right? As far as I'm concerned, every single one of these people could go free, and I would still consider this a fine investment, right? That's the lawful side of Yinbrath, is essentially my code is that no one should be a slave and everyone should be able to work for their own sweat. You know what I mean? And work for their own impact on the world. That gloaming or that gloaming can do literally whatever she wants, and Yinbrath will be fine with it. So if she wants to follow Yinbrath around, absolutely. If she wants to just fuck right off, that's fine as well. She wants to start working for Joden, yeah, go for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I feel like anybody with a high charisma is going to be somebody that Joden's interested in because of the nature of the businesses that he's going to be setting up are going to be very social deals.
So how
And
much go ahead.
Joden's thoughts on slavery: a a worker who is free to and gets to keep their money and their shit at the end of the day ultimately has more desire to do their job than somebody who is just being beaten into doing it and doesn't get to keep shit.
Nice.
So for him, it's a matter of practicality. He feels like workers who are free are more productive than slaves are.
Oh yeah. And yeah, that's definitely also the opinion of Yinbrath, having been a slave. Like her whole thing is like, no, 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 no. You're gonna do better work if you want to do the work anyway.
Yeah,
So how many people does a pavilion tent hold?
just put everybody in a fucking tent out in the front yard.
Oh no, we're gonna put them in the backyard. We've got more space
On
there.
the back- okay, that plus
Not
nobody could see them.
really.
You
um
know?
I think that so yeah, how much space is in a pavilion tent? Like how many can it hold of like just standard humans? I'll assume the half ogres are like a large size
Okay,
category and count as two.
all the
By
humans
the
could fit into the pavilion.
Okay.
by the way, I have
Little
a
cramped, but they fit.
question here.
I
I
might
do
have
have
an
a
answer.
question for pretty much everybody at the table. Does anybody know what type of bag of holding I had? It's not on the
It was a tier
clip.
2.
Yeah, tier
Tier
2.
two. Okay, good. I was just
Yes.
making sure because there's a difference in the weight between the tier two and the tier three,
Yeah.
and I'm still making sure that I'm keeping myself under encumbrance here
Oh yeah, absolutely.
because I have a
Um
shit strength score.
yeah.
I need to go get one of those bags of huge
12
animal
is
back.
not a bad score, considering.
Well, considering no, I mean, and I'm not a physical class. It just means I can carry
Yeah,
a lot of stuff, and
Yeah.
the haversack and the bag of holding should be enough to help me. Although the haversack doesn't go down on the container for some reason. I don't know why.
that's
So
weird, but okay.
yeah.
So,
I'll let
if
you figure that out because if you screw up the sheet, it's on you this time.
Oh, I see.
good, good. So,
Should
I'm going to
get one of those.
I'll just
spend
mess with Mira's sheet.
yeah, please God don't. Uh make a copy first. Um but no, I'm going to buy a pavilion sheet or a pavilion tent for 10 plat, which I still
Uh-huh.
have 201 plat sitting around. So,
Oh,
let's
yeah,
see.
by all means.
I am not pressed for money. So let's see. And I think that these guys might make some excellent Hope Spring Mining Company people. Um, so I'm gonna
Or
spend
mine.
yeah, right. 191 there for the pavilion. And then I'm assuming that the ogres are going to take up a 2-person tent each, the half ogres.
Yep.
Okay, so there's 7 of those, which means 7 times 8 is my math is bullshit because I need calculators. 56 gold. So that's that would make that 56 would bring that down 5 platinum, which would mean that I am at 80 180 brain. Good lord, 186. And then I am going to buy shins 3.5 services. How much is a single ration? A single ration is 5 silver pieces. I am going to buy let's just call it 9 gold and 6 platinum worth of rations. So we'll call it a metric fuck ton of rations.
Okay.
And yeah, Yinbrath is going to by purchasing all this stuff, am I able to get a like a free cart transportation to get all this shit back to my place because I'm being big spendery?
Yeah, they can arrange transport. That's no
Okay,
problem.
cool. The slaves are walking, but Yinvrath will walk with them. She'll probably tell Marshall to take the cart with all the rest of the goods. But Yinvrath will make that walk with the rest of the slaves. Like this is what she does. She knows how to do this. She knows what's going to garner respect. But yeah, I think Yinvrath is going to gather all of the slaves around, get all the stuff on the carts and stuff like that. She's going to go, all right, everybody. Once we are all done here, we are all going back to my house for a little bit of a conversation. Kind of smiles at everyone.
Does that mean get eat, little person? Hmm.
Well, you can't eat them, but I have a lot of food coming back to my house, and you will have a feast. And matter of fact, one more thing I would like to do. How much would it cost to get just like a fuck ton of steak? Like, oh, banquet, 1 person. There we go. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll take 70 of the gold that I was spending on rations, and I'll put 7 of that in banquet per 1 person.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's 10 gold piece of banquet. So that's enough for each of the ogres to have their own personal banquet for entering.
Everybody make this container.
So yeah, that's all Yinvrath has to do at the moment. She
Okay.
has bought her goods and bought her friends, her new friends. Uh, and yeah.
Okay. Jeremy's gone somewhere. Oh,
Oh,
there you
yeah.
are. Is there anything in particular you're looking to do?
I'm just looking to buy some weapons.
And what type of weapons you looking for?
Swords.
I placed you in front of a smithing shop.
All right. It's
Also,
gonna.
we have adamantine weapons. I have smithing, so I can craft you an. Check it through Lady Yingrath. Make sure that whatnot.
There is always that.
Or Marshall, because they're the ones that deal with the organization's backstock of stuff.
Well, let's put it this way: is there any particular sword you're looking for?
That I've actually went and looked at? No. Give me a little bit to go and see what kind of swords they got.
Basically, magic weapons are made pretty well plug and play.
Yeah, I pretty much just want like a lightning sword.
Something along that line.
Oh, I can't make magical weapons, so eventually I should be able to make psionic weapons, but that's not a thing I do right yet. So,
Okay.
but I can make you an adamantine weapon that somebody puts a spell on if somebody else, if you can, but may just be cheaper and quicker to have somebody else make it. I don't know. Criminal information, attack, yeah, the strength. Damage, strength. DC, no summon.
Let me make this back.
And what size sword?
Let's make that a medium-sized sword.
So like a long sword.
Yeah.
How much gold do you have?
That would be a great question. I have total of 4,215 gold.
Yeah. Because you're looking just over 18K.
Ah,
Woo!
Now that's a shocking burst, or we can do 8K for just a shocking sword, which is the electrical.
I mean,
Uh,
I can probably talk down the price with the merchant.
You can
Probably.
always try.
Yeah.
Also, if you need a little money, I do have a large amount of money that I can loan a little bit of. I got to keep a bankroll, but I could loan up to uh,
Trying to figure out how to get this to work.
I could loan like 800 gold if you needed it.
Alright, that get me up to 5,000. Okay, so with that loan, that would bring me up. Alright, you said 800, right?
Yeah, I could loan you 800 gold pieces.
Okay. That loan, that would bring me up to 5,000 gold pieces.
Would you
Really?
like some assistance talking down the guy? Because I could help if you need it.
I would love some help talking down the guy.
Absolutely. Not to step on anyone else's scene. Um, I think we'll probably just say Yinbrath is beside you, and like as you're negotiating for this sword, she's probably just like,
What?
oh,
No what?
let's see. Probably would look and go, I think that could be lower. You know, um, And let me do my diplomacy here. 35. Definitely talking about how, like, oh, we're going to be big business. Like, we bought lead from the harbor down there, and we have a smith ourselves, but also we want to like make sure that we can get like weapons in bulk eventually, that sort of thing. She's talking up the business and stuff.
How did I do this? If category should be container. How do we make this a container? Last close. Let's try it this way.
So, you're looking to buy a sword, are you?
Yes, I would be.
Hmm. And what would you be looking to have on it?
Lightning, most destructive element.
Oh, I take it you're still a very young lad because there's more destructive elements than lightning. But lightning's good. It is good. It's very rare down here, so most people don't bother to resist it. Excellent choice. And what do you have in payment?
Oh. Okay. Let's look at this. Okay.
He asks you how much you have in payment.
That should be enough to pay for whatever you're gonna say it is.
Yinvrath says, we have 5,000. Give us the absolute best sword you can for 5,000, or potentially 5,000 as a down payment and a further payment after. Please.
I see. I just might have something of use for you.
How'd
He goes into the back and comes out with it seems like a normal sword, but it definitely has glyphs on it. Now this might fit what you're looking for. It may not look like anything, but when it actually hits the enemy, the glyphs activate and release an interesting shock to the individual.
Okay. Yes. Now I might need to test it out to see if what you say is true.
Oh, by all means, try it out.
Didn't I buy some gems from the party too? Last time about it.
I think you buy thing. Did you buy parts from this guy? Was that
No,
what you're saying?
no, I bought like gems from the party treasury last time
Oh, yes, you did.
to
Yeah.
reduce the. What did I buy? Because it's not in my
Uh,
crypt.
it is in the party treasury, thankfully. You bought because we just marked those aside. The only things that I'm getting rid of are things that uh, are surely taken away. You bought 2 Alexandrites for 500 gold pieces, an emerald for 1,400 gold pieces. So
Let me-
2 Alexandrites, 500 gold pieces each, and then an emerald for 1,400 gold pieces.
Okay, hold on. The emerald was 1,400, and the alexandrite were. Each.
500 each,
Okay, that's what I want
and
to
you
make
got 2 of them.
sure. All right. Just trying to, put stuff,
Oh,
make sure I
yeah.
got everything right.
No, please do. Also, you read the Tome of Clear Thought, so we can just take that out. Goodbye, Tome of Clear Thought. It is gone.
So you try the sword out.
Bear with me, guys.
Yes.
What did you do, Scott?
I'm trying to fix this. It's
Okay.
not working easily.
So,
What's going on?
oh, he's working on the haversack, I think.
Yeah, because you find it in the magic item things, and it's not set up as a container. So
Huh.
you have to make it.
That's what I
That's
was just saying.
very strange. I don't like that.
Yeah. 12, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah. 17 plus 5 is 22. I'm still in medium weight.
Okay. Jeremy, you grab the sword. I need you to roll a percentage dice.
No idea how to do that. How would I do that?
You would just roll a D100.
So bottom right, there's the little dice along the bottom.
Yep.
Very last one to the right. Looks like 2
Mhm.
dice. That is the percentage dice. Just click it once, then click roll.
Okay. Ouch.
The minute you grab the sword, it's like, this feels weird. And you shrink an inch.
Oh.
I look at the shopkeeper and I go, "What have you done to my cohort? What have you done to my
I
God,
have done nothing. It is a sword that has done it. It has chosen him. But it will do exactly what he wishes. I only need a mere 1,000 gold for it.
Oh.
kind of looks at him and goes, "You can have the 800. Just pay the other 200. I wish you luck with the sword." And she's gonna walk out.
Just slowly walking out.
Wait, did you buy the sword?
Yes.
Oh, sick. Oh, sick. You have a sword that shrank you by what, an inch?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. She probably, as you walk out, looks and goes, "Well, have you done something different with your hair?"
Shut up.
Hair, that's what it is.
Oh, shit. That was good. That was good. Um,
Oh my Lena.
um,
Where'd I go?
where did you go? Where did you? Oh, you're in the. Here, I'll drag you with everyone else.
Still all the way up there. What am I doing all the way up there?
Oh, you were hanging out with the slaves, probably. Which, by the way, how's the gloaming? Uh, how's the gloaming treating with being bought with everyone else? Did she make a snarky comment?
Oh, great. Now I'm stuck in this three-ring circus.
Yeah,
That's where the
Yinvrath.
entertainment is.
Yeah, and Yinvrath goes, "It's very flattering that you would add a ring."
Yeah, I bet you had a ring.
Goes,
She just that eyebrow raising. It's like, uh-huh, uh-huh.
"Oh, this is the court
Funny.
jester for sure. This is the." I'm getting
Yeah, take
hard court
notes
jester
from this one.
vibes.
Taking notes from this one. I like this.
Uh-huh. Yeah, she kind of rolls her eyes and eventually is like, "All right, well, everyone's finished their business. Jodin, I wonder where Jodin is." Oh, wait.
Still back at the brothel, like working on his interior design idea.
Oh,
He's
she'll
probably he's probably sitting at the desk in
Distracted.
the he's probably sitting at the desk at the current at the in the current office, like with like sheafs of parchment in front with sheafs of parchment in front of him, like and like soft glowing, fairy fire candles or something sitting around, like what like going over the design work,
yeah,
like figuring out costs and things like that. Probably thinking up what the drink menu is going to be. Like he's concepting up what this brothel, like all the business details, like um, you know,
and
how it's going to be structured, pricing, all that good shit. Like he's
kind of
working on that.
goes, yeah, and kind of you hear a knock at your door.
Oh yeah, I'd definitely go. I'd stop what I was doing, kind of like um, take a quick look, add like some little mark in the sideline. Maybe it's like a small calc,
Yeah,
a measurement or something, and just kind of like and walks to the front door and kind of looks outside and opens it up. It's like, oh, are you done with your excursion then?
Oh,
Or-
no, Yinvrath would probably be standing at the door with one of the half ogres, and as you open it, she goes, I found you a working girl.
And he just kind of looks at the half ogre and goes, "Well, I assume there's some people who have a taste for such." And he kind of like there's a moment on his like, he's like, "Wonder how I would calculate that."
At
Per pound.
yeah, Yinvrath probably says, no, I have gotten us quite a few more potential affiliates. We're going to be heading back to the manor. You are welcome to come with us if you like. I would recommend riding on the cart. Marshall will be driving. I'll be walking back, so I'll meet you back there. Probably a little bit later than when you arrive.
And he's like, hmm. It's like I might be here for a little while longer, but I will. But I'll certainly see you back at the house. And like he's gonna kind of leave it open for anybody who wants to just kind of stay and hang out while he's working. Like as long as you, like, he's kind of, he probably has like some wine or something that he's gotten from somewhere, like sitting on the table next to where he's been working. But
Yeah, and
um,
she'll
yeah.
probably. What were you gonna say?
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, right.
Hang things? Fucking not gonna help. I'm
I,
not
I
doing
love
anything.
I love CERN just walking in, being like, "Oh, that's an invitation. Oh, what's up?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he's just
Um,
like,
she will look at Jodin though and go, "All of these folks are a investment that are going to be, we'll say, free agents. Work out a deal with you. 5 gold for every one of them that wants to work for you. I'll give them the
mm,
option if you want that."
well, I'm not quite set up with the businesses yet. There's still so much to be done, but I will be bearing in mind I shall certainly need some security around the place. And
Oh, we've got plenty of humans as well. And at
yes,
this point, though, you see the whole menagerie, including the gloaming, who I'm sure is probably making some kind of snarky comment about houses of ill reputes. I can't imagine she wouldn't.
right. Yeah, he'll probably look in the direction of the gloaming and be like, ah, this is a male or female gloaming?
It is a female.
Okay, yeah, and probably be like, ah, might potentially have a little work for that one. Might potentially have a fair clip of work for that one right there. If interested in working for an establishment of pleasure, uh, and he's just like, but he kind of like leaves that on the table. He's not like pressure or anything, but like he does kind of like take note and does
Oh,
kind of leave that open.
she sees you, and it's like, oh my god,
Yeah,
poor,
because
poor dragon did that.
he's still, and he's wearing like his courtier's clothes. He's not wearing his full noble regalia. He's wearing courtiers, so he looks still like he belongs in a fucking court. But at the, in a he belongs at some noble court, but it's not quite as grand as holding court.
Yeah.
It's just he looks rich, and he wouldn't look out of place at a high class party at this point. He's
Oh,
probably fairly fancy. It's like he utilizes like liberally uses like a like bright, but a bright blue, like, and regal purple colors within his outfit. So yeah.
hey, tall, dark, and scaly. How much do they pay the dragon to have it with your mother?
Because, I'm not certain. I'm not even certain it was the mother or the father. It's a little bit further down the lineage, to my understanding, something that only pops up once every few generations. It's rather, it's a story that's far more interesting to my family than myself. But as for the wings, I assure you they were gained through a great deal of, let's just say the experience was not pleasant.
Oh, I wouldn't expect it to be pleasant, when they stick them on with needles.
Well,
But
it
I
wasn't quite
guess,
like that, but I could see where you might get such an impression. And he kind of
And
flexes them a little bit awkwardly because they're not like the full, like, can support
yeah,
like flying weight. They're gliding and
for more
jumping.
gliding wings.
Yeah, they're more
yeah,
gliding and jumping. I mean, they're
and
still fairly big, but he didn't have the muscle control to do the full flying.
yeah, and I think that Yenvrath probably says, "I can't believe it. My new court fool has already been supplanted by an expert court jester." And kind of like just with a big grin at both of them.
And he's
Yenvrath
like,
is tremendously enjoying this.
yeah, he's like,
Well, then thank you for the comment. That means I'm more intelligent than you. I have to agree.
he just looks at her and goes, "You know, there is quite a market for those who enjoy being treated in such a manner. I imagine would consider a rather high markup for such services. You know how the nobles among our people are. Oh, they love to talk a big game and have lots of control, but in their free time, they like to be treated as base. Well, not all of them, but many of them." He's he's like, and I'm certain you would enjoy speaking down to many of, well, I say our kind, but there's a bit of mixture going on here, and he like it hasn't been lost on him that Ringrath is half Dro and his draconic blood sets him apart. He's like, perhaps one of these days I may learn to breathe fire if I give enough of a shit to do so. And it's like, uh,
Well, would you look at that? Me working for you.
he goes, "Wouldn't that be quite something?" Meh.
And Yenvrath, again, just reveling in the idea that like two people who she knows ostensibly kind of just insulting each other. Well, not even
Eh,
insulting each other, just one is trading barbs and the other one is clearly deflecting by being matter of fact the whole time.
yeah,
So it's like
like,
You
she's just
know?
like, this is fascinating. I'm
well,
very much enjoying watching how people tick.
well, and you get the impression that Jodin enjoys this to some extent too, and he enjoys deflecting, like he knows
Yeah.
that this is all meant to get at him,
Yeah.
and him deflecting it and just not taking it seriously is his way of trolling her to some extent.
Oh yeah.
It's like because she says things and he's purposely taking them at face value just to be funny and
Yeah.
foolish and look
Oh yeah.
silly, you know.
No, I,
But
I think what we have here is the classic
yeah,
tale of the fool versus the jester. Like,
yeah,
honestly, like
it
it's like the
really
jester
is
is
like
being an asshole, and then the fool just goes, "I don't get it." Like,
he's he's purposely being obtuse and in a manner that the gloaming probably, if she's halfway intelligent or has sense motive, probably understands too.
oh, it's
And
Yeah.
not, it's not anything but transparent. Like,
yeah, it's just like it's like he just kind of was like, uh, and he's like, well, sometimes you need the light to bring the darkness. And he just kind of smiles at that one because he knows that's a really deep dig for a gloaming.
mhm.
And but he delivers it like he doesn't realize how bad of a dig it is.
Yeah,
Like he's just completely, he delivers it like he's ignorant, but Yingrath can tell that that was purposeful, and it was
yeah,
to see how much he can push her.
hmm but yeah, no, probably at this point, like,
What is your name?
oh yeah, actually, that's a good question.
What's it worth you?
Well, nothing but a giggle, but it could be worth more coin if it was worth your time today. It could be worth more coin down the road.
Oh, this is getting interesting.
What, did you think I was hiring people at no pay? People who don't get paid are notoriously unproductive. They don't want to be there, they don't want to do anything, they drag their feet. abysmal bore.
And the beating. Of course, the beating is tiring on one's own arms.
I never once really cared for wielding the whip. This is more mother and sister's thing than mine. So much effort for so little reward.
Yeah, no, I feel like right now it's totally Drows taking a dig at their own society, just
Yeah,
like sitting around in the middle of town, just being like,
yeah,
"Man,
oh yeah.
Drows are pretty shit, aren't they?" Like,
Just like uh, our our society's pretty fucked up, and we're just gonna laugh about that.
yeah, yeah. It's like whenever you like see someone you really politically disagree with, but they're from your country, and sometimes you just gotta laugh about it, but times 200.
Let edit this.
But yeah, probably at this point, be like, well, I'm sure that you'll find her. I'm sure that you'll find her name later. For now, we're going to see if we can. Well, when you come home, Joden, just make sure that you watch where you step. I don't know the hygiene habits of most of these people here.
Hmm. I imagine for some of them it's a little more lacking than others, and he kind of at the half ogres. Um,
Which, yeah, like,
which he sort of like, and
One
he
of them
goes,
looks insulted.
and he kind of
oh,
looks at, and he kind of looks at him for a minute, and he goes, and when the one looks at him insulted, I said, not that I'm particular, not that everyone has had a choice in the matter at this point.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. So as you continue on, just as the Glooman is passing by, just whispers towards you, Shodan and Sasha.
wait, say what? Oh, the name is Sasha?
Yeah.
Wait,
Sasha?
I thought that the Lamian's name was Sasha.
I heard hers is Saja, but
Saja and Sasha.
Did I actually? No, I didn't give you a name, did I? I don't.
don't.
I
Uh,
don't think I gave you a name for the Gloom.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, we'll come up with one later, but it whispers it to you.
yeah. True name or powers activate. No, um, but yeah, probably at this point, we're gonna move our happy ass caravan down the road because we've got a lot of people to put in tents. Well, humans in tent singular, and the rest of them in tents.
Yes. And you eventually do make it back to your home.
I'll put random things in this corner just to mess with them.
Beautiful. And of course, Madame Yinbrath, as she walks in, she, has everyone wait in the front courtyard and walks into the house and, is like, what are the names of the maids again?
Well, looking them up. El, Zell, and Colren.
Zell and what?
Colren.
Holdrend? Let's see.
Corillin, sorry.
Oh, Corillin. Okay. Um, Probably gonna be like Zell, Corillin, Imsh, Velvier, anybody who's got a pair of arms. If all of you wouldn't mind coming out here for a moment, and probably also, she'd just call all staff out to the front. And,
They're gonna have a funny sight when they get outside.
right? I mean, it's not any more funny than seeing a bunch of undead sitting in the front lawn.
Well,
Well, maybe it's a little more. But yeah, she's gonna call all the house out and everyone who's currently a member of the house, including like our Duragar buddy, all that. She's gonna start asking to help set up tents and the likes, and she's gonna look at the chef and show him the food makings and goes, "You are going to be very busy tonight. I would recommend getting started now. You're feeding 7 ogres. Or you're feeding 7 half ogres, right?
Great.
Yes.
Yeah, you're feeding 7 half ogres, so make sure
Half
the
ogres?
portions.
Why did you bring in 7 garbage pits? Oh, Jesus, couldn't eat us out of house at home. What the hell do you think of it?
Oh, don't
God.
worry. And she like points over towards the like probably like 6 or 7 barrels full of rations sitting on the cart, and is just like,
Oh,
"Don't worry."
he's still complaining.
Oh yeah. Um,
Way.
and yeah, she's gonna ask.
Goddamn pansy elves, they don't know goddamn thing about those
Yeah, but she's gonna have everyone else setting up tents, right? In the front and backyard. Very get in where you fit in sort of situation.
Yeah.
And she's going to look at the group and she's going to go, "All right, everybody, you have won the lottery. Allow
Yay.
Yeah, right? Allow me to explain why. Most drow that might end up imprisoning you, or that might buy you as a slave, might imprison you, work you to death, etc., etc. But I am not most drow. Matter of fact, I am half drow. And as another matter of fact, I am the half-blood empress, the kindest of drow, when it comes to slaves, at least. Each of you, within a moment, will be free to do as you wish." And she holds up the control, um, and kind of hovers her fingers over the release. And she says, "For those of you who wish to take this opportunity of freedom to allay yourself off into another area, please, by all means, do so. You may. However, if you are here and you want one of 3 things, you want safety, you want opportunity, or you want wealth, I can provide all 3. Currently, for our half ogre friends, we are preparing a wonderful meal. We understand that you have been of the most agitated, no offense to everyone else here. We wish to compensate you well. Whatever decision you make, you may go, but there is more of that where it came from. As for the humans, all of you may stay here. If you choose to leave, I would recommend leaving in a group. It's very dangerous for all of you down here, as you would know. But, again, shelter and safety, and opportunity to work for money. I would be more than happy to provide these. As for our gloaming friend," and kind of looks like directly at her, "you're your own person. You'll figure it out." And probably at this point, she says, "Now, if you do decide to stay," and she pops off all the collars at the same time, "there are tents that are being set up, meals that are being prepared, and for right now, you don't have to do anything. Later on, I will provide you with opportunity for employment, either through mining. There is also an entertainment, a potential entertainment venture that might be coming up later,
And clergy.
and clergy." And she looks over at CERN without fucking even realizing that was an option. It's just like, "And clergy. We have a fully functional smithy here if you wish to test your hands upon the smithy, though of course you must speak to Jodin, who is not here at the moment. I'm sure the house staff could use you as well, potentially. You are your own free people at this point. For the half ogres, I do ask that you stick around for the food, simply because you do look very hungry, and I would most want to make sure that when you go out, you don't get yourself in trouble by eating someone you shouldn't. As opposed, I would more than love to feed you today." And yeah, all of them are free. How many of them stick around?
Well, the humans aren't going anywhere.
Nice.
Uh, the Glooman is. Hey, where's Bat Boy?
Oh, Joden, he's still currently working at the office. If you want to go see him, you may. Just don't run into that Durigar again. I'm sure he might think you're a runaway or something.
Oh, don't worry. I can take care of myself. And she disappears.
Yeah, she shrugs and goes, she'll probably see. She assumes, yeah, I'll see her later. Like,
The half ogres definitely stay for the food.
uh-huh.
And when that's all said and done, only 2 leave.
Only 2 leave, so we have 5 half ogres. Right on. So I lost. If we were taking them at face value, I lost 1,000 gold, but I didn't lose 1,000 gold because we haggled it
Freed
down.
them.
Yeah, we freed them. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's yeah. No,
Well, not
good
only
point,
that.
actually.
Well, not only that. If they don't get recaptured and they make their way out there, that's 2 people that if we run into them again, we'll probably have at least some to negotiate and deal with. Like if they join some group of like marauding band of other ogres or other humanoids or criminals or whatever,
Oh
and
yeah.
we have some negative dealing, that might be a they
That
might
might be a
remember.
way out.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
might be a situation where we're like, "Hey, remember us? We freed you so you could go live this life of earning your profit off of like waylaying people. You think maybe you might spare us the waylaying and the fighting today, and we'll just, you know,
We'll go part our ways. It'll
we'll
be
part our
fine.
ways." Yeah, so something where we can just be like, where it can be like, "Hey, man, you know, we weren't evil, we weren't dicks to you. Don't be dicks to us."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Madame Yinvrath, she does operate on like a mutual respect, like she's very
Right.
big on I respect everyone until they do not respect me. Um, and yeah, one other thing Yinbrath is going to do, and Brian, you do not have to do this. I'm about to say a thing. Do not think that means you have to do a thing. Yinbrath is going to learn all of their names and write them down because that's the kind of person Yinbrath is. Like she's very much like I need to know who I'm working with, why I'm working with, etc., etc. And all these people are directly working with me right now. So yeah, she'll do that more as a thematic thing because if you give me a list of 25 human names and 5 half ogre names, I will lose my shit and not be able to keep track of any of them.
For all intents and purposes, most of these people are minor enough that our characters would know their names, but for us, from a game perspective,
We don't need to.
we don't need to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
Oh God, no. Oh shit.
What do you
Yeah.
think random name generators are for?
I mean, that's
Well,
true.
and by contrast, Jodin will remember more names than he appears to, but people who aren't super significant or are not succeeding very well in his organization, he'll pretend to forget their names or purposely get them wrong while appearing not to. Just sort of like you, because the way he'll see it is the way that he'll work is kind of like if I get your name right, that means you're doing shit right, and that means you're more important to the organization.
Why do I feel like there's sad roots to this in the nightclub business?
There
Uh,
are,
there
there
are.
Yeah,
are.
Yeah.
I figured as much.
Well,
Um,
this character is a sort of an interpretation of that kind of shit to some extent.
yeah.
If I don't remember who you are, you're not important, and you need to either make yourself important or don't bother me.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the way I saw several managers handle, and I was guilty of once or twice too. Well, more than I'd like to admit, but
Once or twice.
But
Okay.
yeah, so I get I get our little tent city going. We have 2
Uh-huh.
extra tents now, guys. 2 extra 10-person tents now.
Hey, you got back up.
Excellent.
Okay. And I think we're going to call it here
Nice.
because I have a
awesome.
bunch of NPCs to make up.
I have, yeah.
Mainly because the half ogre, because there is no half ogre in the bestiary, so I gotta make them.
Oh,
Oh
jeez.
shit! Damn.
And the
Yeah,
Gloomin.
The,
There's none in the bestiary either.
yeah,
classic.
a lot of the Underdark races, a lot of the stuff that comes out of supplements as deep as like the Underdark and shit like
Yeah,
that.
there's well
You know,
3.5. Look at how many books are out there.
oh yeah, the translating all of that to a fucking program. I'm not offended that they didn't have Deep Worm Dro, and I have to make shit up on the fly or do some
Yeah,
creation work because it's. I know. I knew it was going to be a thing I was going to have to deal with. So,
yeah.
um,
But yeah, that's yeah. If we're wrapping up, I'm hype. I feel like we've ended on a really good and interesting place.
Got a lot done though too.
Yeah, we did. This was a productive session. Good job, us. We have so many
Oh
names to
yeah,
remember.
that's gonna be fun.
Mhm.
So we'll start off with Soul Demon.
Yes, hello. You caught me playing Jeremy. Uh, bought a new sword. Shrunk me down for some reason. Who knows? And I, yes, I play in, yeah, Tuesdays, and that's about it. Go watch everyone else's stuff, and have a wonderful rest of y'all's nights.
Okay, let's go to Jesta.
ladies and gentlemen, I am King Zerat. I play Jodin Frezim, Deep Worm Dro, and who appears at this point to be little more than a businessman and spoiled noble, but he's actually a telepath. He just doesn't tell anybody that he has those skills. Like he, he, um, and is trying to be a businessman. You can also catch me on Monday nights for Shardverse 1348, I think it is. It's the where we are playing with mechs. It is our Starfinder game. We're doing mechs and stuff, and I play a android from a doomed future who drives a big teleporting mech, and you can come check that out. Should be all kinds of fun. Other than that, mm, that's really all I'm doing right now. But I'm trying to find a way to do more stuff. So keep your ear out, I guess. And I will pass this one on down the line.
Okay, Psychopathic.
Okay, I'm Scott, and I totally forgot what my name was in this game. CERN. I played CERN. Now I have a regular weekly schedule of sermons, so I have to learn a lot about this god to actually create sermons. That'll be entertaining. I don't know how we'll do that. That'll be fun. Okay.
I can hardly
What?
wait to hear your first one.
Right.
Remember, I'll have a timer.
I get to talk for a whole hour.
About a fictional god. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Worship him.
Mhm.
Okay. What else am I in? Monday, we got whatever the shard verse number, whatever. I'm in that too. And hey, we did really good working together in that mech. So that's all
Yeah,
I
we did. Team Forearms kicks ass.
work together to coordinate our attacks to be the most effective. And if we're not in the mech, then, we're not working in a team. I don't know. We'll see. It'll be fun. And Tuesday, I'm going to be in the GURP Stingy. And that'll be fun because I got a character that doesn't like to fight in combat at all, teaming up with a dude that likes to fight a lot. So that'll be entertaining. And then on Thursday, I'm in New Amsterdam where, hey, I got a new buddy that wants to hang out with me all the time. That's okay. It's not going to piss anybody off. It'll be all right.
I can hear the sass from over here.
I felt it up here.
That's not gonna piss anybody off. It's fine. Oh shit.
And then, okay, we got Saturday, which is after the bomb. I'm in that. And yeah, I pissed off some more people. Because this talking is dumb. They know where we are, so I shot them.
Valid.
But I
Very
also,
valid. Very valid.
it works. I think that's all I'm in. I don't know. I do other things. Yeah. I can't think of
Okay.
anything. My brain went blank.
That's okay. It all catches up to us sometime.
Mhm.
And last but not least, Mira.
Wait, is that last? Holy shit.
Yeah, there's only 4 years tonight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where did the outros go? Hello, everybody. My name is Mira, also known as Mira Shades GM. Today, you have caught me playing Madame Yenvrath, who had a very busy day with a lot of unexpected guests. And I have so many names I'm going to have to write down and remember. Let's see here. You also can catch me on Mondays, where I am in Into the Strikeverse 1385? 1835? Whatever. The Shrike 1385. Thank you. Strikeverse 1385, where I play the show bad Cle Cle? Yeah, Cle. His name's all wonky and weird. The show bod with a bod attitude, you know how it go. You can also catch me on Thursdays where I run New Amsterdam where no one's getting pissed off about anything. It's a game where everyone's having a good time always.
Yes.
And then you can catch me every other Friday for Immortal War, where I play Hiroki, who is basically Goku. And you can catch me on Saturdays, where I play Adam McCarthy, who just got fucking shot in the head. He's still alive, but he got shot in the head, damn it.
Oh,
Um,
man.
I mean, yeah, it happens. You got shot worse. That's kind of your lesson.
True.
But yeah, if you're currently watching us on YouTube, we love you so much. But also, what are you doing, you silly goose? You could be watching us live at twitch.tv/pair_o_dice_theater. If you are currently watching us on Twitch live, we love you so much. Thank you for sitting through the credits. And also, you could be proving your undying love to us by watching us again and again and again and again and again at youtube.com/pair_o_dice_theater. No underscores, fastest handle in the West. And you happen to like the fast, hot, and sexy world of scheduling. You also happen to be a big old fan of being a community member who is interacted with. And hey, Rowan, you want to say hot memes for me? Thank you, Rowan. Catch us on Twitter at Pair Theater. Catch me if you want me, yes, me, to run your game. Catch me at mirrorshadesgm@gmail.com. You can call me at 620-218-9949 because I'm lonely. Or you could also shoot me a message on the Instagram at mirrorshades_gaming. But that is going to be neat.
And that brings it back to me. I am Brian. I am the game master for tonight. Yeah, a lot was done. A lot of visitors. So it was definitely fun for everybody. You can also find me on Saturdays running after the bomb. This will be this Saturday coming up. Yes, they had their first real firefight. Not sure if we did it right, but hey, it was entertaining.
It was.
Learned that it's deadly. Oh, hail back to like an older version of the game. Hey, like it. This Tuesday you can find me finally starting up the GURPS Fantasy Adventure. Uh, yeah, come out see that one. It's going to be interesting because it's got a whole map to explore, and there's a lot to cover. A lot, like probably close to 6,000 square kilometers, miles,
Wow.
something like that.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. It's not a tiny map, but it's not as big as the harbor map. I didn't make it that big. Also, you can find me playing Mondays in Shard Verse 1385. I did not make it last weekend. Family issues came up, but I will be there tomorrow night where I play a nice little Oni that has a combat mech, which I'm quite sure they wish was around. But we'll make it up to everybody. I promise. You can also find me on Thursdays playing in New Amsterdam, where I play a lovely old gentleman who is just as he's cantankerous and just loves to fight.
That's true.
Yeah, and he's
He's-
going to get the kill a bunch of Travoltas.
Yes, he is.
Oh.
He's gonna get to kill a bunch of Travoltas.
Yes. And then maybe depending on how his partner thinks, might be some Nick Cages too.
Face off.
Face
And occasionally I do show up in the Immortal War, but that all depends on scheduling. And that is it for now.
Excellent.
Yeah, I don't have any witty outro for tonight. So just bye.
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 Bye.